All right, gentlemen, my brother is here in the What's in the Comic Box. We are live and ready to go, ready to rumble, as they say in the wrestling arenas. And today there's no Ray. He had a family situation show up. We'll leave it at that. But you know, if you are a praying person, and you probably should be, definitely put in a prayer there for his family at this difficult time.
Amen.
To my right or my left, I don't know how the orientation goes on this thing. I never get it right. But anyway, is my brother Jim, otherwise known as Sandman Mystery Comics. Welcome to the stream, brother. Great to have you here.
Thank you. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here, and I'm glad I actually had time to be here. And I'm also glad 2 boxes of stuff that I didn't even know was going to arrive, so I get to show it off here first.
Well, you're actually going to show what's in a box. Okay.
Well, I opened the boxes already. That's why I split them. One is pulp and golden age related, and the other is all indie from the 80s. So
nice. Yeah. All right, Jim. We can't wait to see that stuff. And down below me, only directionally and in no other way, is my longtime friend. And again, this is a gentleman I used to watch.
I look up to you. I look up
before. Don't even do that. Before I was on YouTube, this is the guy that I would watch for comic book content. Sleepy reader, book reader. Who knows what else reader? 666. How you doing, Damien?
YouTube dinosaur. I'm doing great.
YouTube OG is what we call it. We don't use those kind of pejorative terms around here.
I like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are always cool, especially devil dinosaur.
Oh well, yeah. And some fine gentleman sold me one for like a song some months back. So
I sold you the whole run.
And it's fabulous stuff, by the way. I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
I think that was Kirby's best, where he really just let loose, man.
Yeah. You could tell this was like, I'm just going to go all out, just whatever
anything
I think
goes,
is,
right?
Yeah, just went bananas there, and
it is that in 2000. Yeah, that in 2001 Space Odyssey, because he was really into the space god stuff when he did that one, and it showed.
That was even weirder. Yeah. I would say Devil Dinosaur is more, like more action and more just out there as far as the concepts. But 2001 is just weirdness from beginning to end. I mean, it's just fabulous. Yeah. Okay, so enough babbling. Let's get to the chat. I think we are. Only have a few people in here at this juncture, but let me look at my. There, let's see right here. Yeah, here we go. Of course, I should have turned off the volume. Rookie mistake there. We got Scotty, our brother from North Carolina. He says dinosaurs are delicious. How many have you eaten, Scotty?
You must be talking about the little dinosaur-shaped chicken tenders. He's got it.
I was going to say, is Jurassic Park for real? What's up with that, And of course, some guy named Sandman Mystery Comics was in here as well. Who cares about him, Anyway.
Yeah, nobody watches his stuff.
Scott was asking who we were saying to pray for. So a lot of people don't catch the very beginning.
Right. So that would be Greyman, the Solid Man, who's usually here. He had a situation in his family. So, God knows what it is. We don't have to elucidate on that.
Yeah,
so.
It's his business.
Okay. So I'm going to start today because I think on yesterday's show, on Aaron's show, which is Psychotronic Square Gum, he'll be here later. He sold I think you saw it, Jim, right? A Fast Willie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very hard comic to find. I have the whole set. It took me decades to put this together in the wild. This is pre-internet stuff, And speaking of Rob, there he is right there. Cheap comic collector. Welcome, Rob.
Yeah, I had never seen that book before in my life. So I'm looking forward to learning about it, Metaraj.
Well, the thing is actually working today. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for your mercy. I had such a terrible time last time with this.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was, and I tried.
Yeah, I was watching. It was fun.
It wasn't you.
Oh, I'm glad you thought it was fun, Rob. I'm here like pulling my hair out with little I have left.
I think StreamYards fix themselves in the meantime.
So I wanted to show because it is a set that you don't see. Maybe Rob might have one or two. They do come up in like in weird spots. I found like a few in dollar bins. I found a few in like bookstores, believe it or not. Like
wow,
things like that. But it took me a long time to get. I didn't even know how many issues there were until I got one of those Overstreets and found out there were 7 issues of it. So let's go through it. And I have a little history I can talk about as well.
Yes, please, because I've never seen this book before yesterday.
All right, so here's number 1 of Fast Willie Jackson. And this is Fitzgerald Publications, which was staffed by mostly African-American artists and writers. In fact, if you see the signature down there, Greg Lemoine, he was an Archie artist for a while. And he wanted to do his own comic, and you can see kind of the Archie influence there, with the the bright colors. Remember, this is from 76 or so, I think 76, 77, because of the 30 cent there. And it is wackos. It is really wacky and funny stuff. It's all kinds of jive talk stuff, and then you have like the cop who doesn't know anything about the neighborhood, and it's really, really funny.
I've got to add that to my list. That's awesome.
It's hilarious. And believe it or not, I found 2 of these in a dollar bin.
Wow.
Like there were 2 together, in other words, in a dollar bin.
When
this thing goes for a pretty penny now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
When you said jive, it automatically reminded me of that scene in Airplane. I speak jive.
Right. I mean, it has that kind of, irreverent stuff, but in context, of course. It says, "Can you dig it?" Yeah, I can dig it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Look at the bell bottoms. The discotheque. The 70s stuff.
Yeah.
And here's number 2.
I'm very nostalgic for it.
Very, really cool stuff. Here's number 2. Really reminiscent of the Archie's band and stuff. With dancing. You got the amp here for the guitar.
Platform shoes.
Yep. Look at the Argyle pants and all this stuff. I mean, this is
even the hat on the drummer back there looks like that hat that the one guy used to wear in Fat Albert or something.
Mushmouth.
Mushmouth. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is just it's just fabulous stuff here. And here's the one that Aaron sold in his show, number 3, which is a kind of a Christmas issue. You have up there, you have the Santas there from Biracial, and then you have right there, "Merry Christmas, Frankie." Look at that suit, man.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Did you say you found these recently?
No. I found these decades ago.
Oh, okay. So when you say in a dollar box, it's a dollar box a while ago.
A long ago, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up with the girl kneeling there? She's like between the guy's legs.
Yeah, she's like almost in a worship kind of position. Yeah. Listen, I didn't make these up. All right, this is just the way they were presented, Rob. You know what I mean? But anyway, and then you have number 4, and here this guy here is more like into African culture. I forgot what his name was, but and he's like he's a writer and an artist, all that kind of stuff. Look at
is the art inside very much like the art on the covers?
I'll show you. Yes, it is. I'll show you.
Nice.
But look what it says here. Oh, Jabbar. That's right, his name, Jabbar. Jabbar, what are you protesting for with a blank sign? I'll let you know, Willie, after I check out today's news. Right? So it's like, no matter what it is, I'm going to protest something. And then it's special See Yourself in the Comics issue. We're going to look at this one. All right. Now, this one is the more... You know how Archie has those double entendre issues? This one's a little bit like that, So here you have a very attractive young lady there in a bikini and obviously on the beach. And she says, "What's the matter, dudes? Never saw the sunshine before?" Yeah, they went there. And here you have number 5, where they're playing basketball out here. Looks like there's a all kinds of races here. And then you have I tell you, this guy here who's like, they're pulling fast ones left and right. Can you dig it? Yeah, I can dig it. So, and oh, you know what? Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, here's number 7. I was like, man, I messed up. So the guy in the diner is a Hispanic guy, and it says here over here, se habla español, and then he says, Willie Jackson saying, sure, Jose, I can speak a little Spanish. Why? Because I'm refusing you in 2 languages. And then you have the very attractive lady again sitting on that stool with the bare midriff. No credit. No se fia. So that's the same thing in Spanish. So yeah, let's take a look inside here real quick. But it's very much in the Archie style. In all regards, it has the same kind of short story anthologies. Although the characters obviously do have continuity and so forth. But here you have, again, the hats, the shades, all that. You have the recurring characters that were very comical situations. Here we got Jabbar again. There we got ladies with bell bottoms. The guy with the funky hat, golf hat, whatever that is.
The Kango.
Ah. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah, here, look at this suit here, man. Look at that thing. Ooh-wee. Yeah, man. That'll get some attention.
Yep, pimping ain't easy.
You know it. Soap in my eyes. Wow. In all colors. Look at that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I mean, you don't take it seriously. You don't start talking about whether it's appropriate or anything like that, because this is a whole different era. And today would probably not pass muster. But back then, it was just a fun comic with, making fun of all kinds of different things of all races, really, including stuff like the cop not knowing, the Hispanic guy making fun of their not speaking Spanish, things like that.
Yeah.
We got a few more people in the chat, so let's talk about that, and we'll come back. We got Patrick. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Welcome. Great to see you here. And, of course, Steve and Spock, Old Fart Club. Yep. I think you could probably be part of that,
There's
Steve.
no old people here. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. You're right. No sales. Just this is no stress. This is no agenda. This is just showing comics and talking about fun stuff.
Yeah.
Is he one of the Jackson 5? No. He's not. No, he is not one of the Jackson. Wait, Tat, buddy, floor's being put in. I'll take photo. Okay, great. You can come on for a little bit. We'd love to see you. No pressure, though. He's a distant cousin, Scotty. Okay. All right, the Jacksons. I get it. Pimping ain't easy. Okay. All right. So let me show you a little bit more about Fitzgerald. They only had 2 series. They had Fast Willie Jackson, and then they had a historical series based on prominent African-American characters. These are historical figures. So here we have Toussaint, the founder of Haiti.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And here we have, I think you've heard of this lady, Harriet Tubman, the Moses of her people, who led a lot of enslaved people out into freedom. Here we have Christus Attucks and the Minutemen, who was part of the militia fighting against the British.
Nice.
And here we have Benjamin Banneker, who was a politician, I do believe. I'm not very familiar with this gentleman. And I think you've heard of this man, Matthew Henson, explorer. And again, the whole comic is just about their accomplishments, their history, where they came from. Alexandre Dumas, of course, the writer for Count of Monte Cristo, I do believe.
Yep.
Right
and 3 Musketeers.
Yeah, right here, 3 Musketeers, Count of Monte Cristo. Man in the Iron Mask, that's a good one as well. Frederick Douglass, right here. Here's part 2. This is a younger one, and here's older. You can see the beard there.
Cool.
Yeah. And here we have Robert Smalls, the inventor.
Oh, right on.
Right. And Joseph Sinek, the guy who led the mutiny of the Amistad. And then we have some judges here, White, Wilkins, and Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, from the Supreme Court. And then later they went to more general themes, like here, ancient African kingdoms. They talk about different kings and queens and structures that formed the countries that we now know in Africa. I don't have them all yet. I'm missing about 3 or 4. But
anybody who gets those, I was going to say, anybody who gets those is going to learn more than they would in school today. I'll tell you what.
I think so.
You're absolutely right, Jim, because the way they present it is very very interesting. You know, like it's almost like an adventure that these characters went through to get to where they did to make their accomplishments. And I found it much interesting. I find some of history to be told in a rote, boring way. I'm out, you know.
Yeah.
But things like this were they were dynamic, and those really catch my interest, like you said.
Yep.
You want to go next, Jim?
Sure, why not?
All right, thank you,
well, guys, I'm going to have to pop out briefly, but I will come back maybe in about a half hour. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I might have to pop off too if I get a delivery, so no worries.
Oh, okay. Well, see you soon.
We'll see you.
All right. Hi, everybody. As you guys know, I'm big into the pulps and Golden Age stuff. So I have champagne tastes on beer budget, and I make do with what I can. Now, this next thing I'm going to show you guys was actually first printed in the pulp of all pulps, Weird Tales, August of 1938. Since then, it has actually had 3 movies, several comic book series from Dark Horse, but nothing beats the original novella. Okay? And that is Who Goes There? Nice. The novella that inspired The Thing from Another World, John Carpenter's The Thing, that horrible prequel crap they made in the 2000s, and so forth. By John Campbell. I found this
welcome, buddy.
At my library sale. So I paid like 30 cents for it because it's like you fill a bag full of books for $3. And it's a UK variant from Orion Books. And I guess people like paying that hefty fee from shipping from the UK to here, but I'm okay with it. It cost me 30 cents. Happy to have this in my collection.
All right, see you later, Tat.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a find right there.
I know.
That is a rarity to find that sucker. Yeah.
Yep. The next pulp that I found is put out by a company called Moonstone, and I rave about Moonstone all the time. They're a small publishing company out of the Midwest. They deal with pulp heroes that are in the public domain so that they can write or do comics on them. They get a few licensed products like the Phantom and Buckaroo Banzai. Oh. This is something I pre-ordered back in March, and it came in the mail today. The Paladins. And it teams up a whole bunch of people from the golden age of pulps, like Domino Lady, Kygor, which was some kind of beast man, Helene, who is some kind of weird mystery person related to the Phantom Detective, because they can't use Phantom Detective. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Fizz Pop's really good. Ravenwood, the stepson of mystery. And they even they try to debut their own characters too in here. And there's a Hawaiian female warrior called the Night Marcher. And it's a really short book. It's only 131 pages, so I can read it like in a day. And I suggest if anybody wants to relive the pulps or read pulps, yeah, the Moonstone Culture books, incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. I was one of the first people that back their Kickstarter for that 50th anniversary to get the signed hardbound special edition with all the bangs and whistles, and I have that in my collection over there. Right. They did a similar thing with the Green Hornet, which I ordered in April. It was supposed to come out. It should be out soon. It's at the printer, so I can't wait for that. And that's going to be a hardback signed special edition thing.
Hold on, Mike. Good to see you, brother.
So, yep, that's Paladins. And they always do stuff like this. They even did one that I'll show some other time that UFOs attacked LA back in World War II. I think it was 1942, 43. And a lot of the heroes get together to help battle what's going on. And I'm not going to ruin it. Now,
yes, it was a TV show in the 70s. Yes, correct.
Yep. Now we're going to get into a stack of Golden Age and pulp-related comics.
It was late night because it was deemed a little too scary for prime time.
Yep. Fantastic show. If it wasn't for that, we'd never have X-Files.
That's right. That's right.
And you know what? I need to do a video because I have the 2 movies and I have the entire series all on DVD.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys gave me an idea for the video.
I'd love to see that, Jim.
Yep. But everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. It is Thunder by Frank Frazetta, King of the Congo. And AC Comics somehow got the rights to reprint this. This is from the 80s. I paid all of like $1.25 for this.
Big spender.
Yeah. So I was so happy to get this. It's Frazetta. Come on. You know?
Isn't that like his first total comic, like from beginning to end?
Yep. And he only did the first issue. And then the series kept going, but nobody wanted it after Frazetta left because they were like, wow, this guy's great.
Yeah. Like a lost leader there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I have this issue or not, but he's a Golden Age character and it's a Mike Kaluta cover. So I grabbed it. It was $1. The Spectre, number 3. This is like his second series. Cool. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Kaluta. I think he did the Spectre very well. I would have liked to have actually seen him do interiors. And then Spectre 28. And these guys were used by Dynamite before when Alex Ross did Project Superpowers. So we got Rocket Man and Rocket Girl, some public domain Golden Age heroes. And at $1 each, I grabbed all 3 covers they had. That one's very cartoony. The other one was very Art Germ influenced.
So excuse me, was there a Rocket Man and Rocket Girl, or are they doing Bullet Man and Bullet Girl?
I think there was a Rocket Man and Rocket Girl, actually, because no, these guys have rocket packs on their back where I don't remember Bullet Man and Bullet Girl having.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, the rocket pack.
They just had the bullet helmets and
Yep. And probably one of the best characters that was created by Dark Horse. I'm still trying to complete all the runs because I think she's had 3 or 4 series. Ghost. I mean, she's like the Shadow, but she's a ghost, you know? So we got issue number 8, issue number 9.
Yeah, we know the song.
Yep, and issue number 10. And I know Adam Hughes did a lot of covers and interior art for one of the runs. I don't think this is it, though. And then you can't talk about pulp without Lee Falk's The Phantom. And I've been looking for this Marvel run. This is the 3-issue series, and I finally found one really cheap. Again, like $1.50. So I'm happy to have that. And then everybody knows this. This character's first appearance was in Zorro number 3 when Topps Comics was doing Zorro. This is what I consider the last of the 90s good girl art, or pinup art before it went to bad girl art and then all the Naughty Bits books came out. This is where they still kept it clean. Lady Rawhide number 1, the first series. So I was happy to find that for $1 too, and that they had it graded at a VF minus. But I didn't for $1. I don't care.
Hey, Donald, welcome, buddy.
Now this is pure pulp. It's put out by a studio called Black Noir, but published by Dark Horse Comics. It's called The Heretic. Ye of Little Faith. And yeah, come on, man. He's all in red. He's got his 45s blasting. Beautiful painted cover. I'm not sure. Let's see if the interior is painted as well.
Oh, that would be something.
No, unfortunately it isn't. But the art does look pretty decent on the inside. There's a 2-page spread.
Oh, nice. That is pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Topps had some really good series, as I recall.
Topps did, and Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Out, and here he is. You see him up there in the corner, and I guess that guy that's half man, half woman is one of his villains, which is kind of creepy.
Very creepy.
You know,
obviously a Two-Face kind of ripoff, but now
yeah,
with unisex, I guess.
Yep, it reminds me that guy, because if you know the old cartoon Mazinger or Mazinger Z, one of the generals was like that. He was a weird alien that was half female, half male, and they were always trying to kill Mazinger Z, and I always thought that was kind of creepy too. This I was very happy to pick up for like $1.95. Everybody remembers the comic book Millennium Press. They did a lot of paint. They tried to copy innovation, do painted books and all that. Well, Weird Tales Illustrated, the deluxe edition. It is square bound for mature readers only. So they've got a new painted cover for the back. And inside, we've got a story by Harlan Ellison. We've got Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe and P. Craig Russell. We've got A Visitor from Egypt, which, if I remember correctly, was a really good but not much read short story by Bram Stoker. And then By the Light of the Silvery Moon by Tim Vigil. So that, with Tim Vigil art, you know it's going to be off the hook.
It's going to be bizarre.
Yeah, and the first story is the art is by Kelly Jones. So, I mean, they picked artists who fit the Weird Tales motif. I can't wait to read that.
Yeah, that's a good pickup there, Jim. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Thank you. When I saw it, I'm like, I had to have it. Weird Tales. And I'm trying to complete this run. It's very pulpy. Aztec Ace by Eclipse, number 6.
Okay.
So, and then I needed this copy of Lone Ranger because it's Lone Ranger number 1, the director's cut. So it's thicker, bigger, got all kinds of neat stuff in it. And I mean, what's more pulp than the Lone Ranger? He was radio, he was books. He's the great-great-grandfather to the Green Hornet, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on, man. Give it to him. He's pulp. Yeah. All right. And that's all I'll show this turn. I want to keep the indies from the 80s for the next couple of turns.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Like great stuff. I like that, you stay in you have a certain connecting focus and you just stay in there.
Well, you got to, because if you start running all over, you have no money and you end up being dissatisfied with what you bought and then do like I'm doing and just giving it away to people. Here, just pay for shipping. Take the books. Get them away.
Well, we're the recipient of your issues with that. But regardless, we thank you about your magnanimous attitude towards it. All right, Rob, how you been doing, brother? We missed you last week.
Pretty good. Yeah, sorry about that. I just didn't have any new comics to show. They were supposed to come in Tuesday. They didn't come in until Friday.
Just letting you know that we pay attention.
Sitting in Orlando, but they would not deliver them.
They wouldn't. Well, those rascals. Don't they know? Don't they know who they're dealing with, Rob? Come on.
Apparently not. I got a bunch of books. So I got lots of books because I just got like 100 and something in today.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
I was supposed to get 245, but there was only 188 in the 2 boxes they sent. So I had to reach out to them. They said there is a 3rd box. They're waiting on Whatnot to ship them another label or something. So whatever.
Okay. Don't you just print those out nowadays, like at any time? Come on.
Whatnot's when they're doing like flat rate shipping, and you order like ridiculous amounts of books, like I do. Apparently, Whatnot will cover the extra shipping, but they have to wait for Whatnot to actually ship them a label rather than. It's stupid. But
that's right. You are the big,
yeah.
I forgot you big bulk, man. You buy like long boxes at a time.
If I can, if they got them. So we got Gentle Ben with Clint Howard on the cover.
Ooh,
that is very cool.
Oh, I remember that show with the grizzly with the bear. Yeah, that's so cool.
Unfortunately, these are the ones from that box that are damaged. So
yeah,
but that's okay. That just means it goes into my collection, so that's cool. Got Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, number 38.
Ooh.
Oh, those will move.
Game goes through the whole book, so nobody's gonna want it except me.
Everybody loves Lois Lane. Because the two are so bad to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're jerks to each other.
Welcome back, Cotter. Number 1.
Man.
Oh, that's a hard one to find.
Out of here, and there's a ton of ripped pages like halfway through it. Like going
yeah.
But you can still read it, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's good enough for me.
Little archival tape and no problem, man.
Yeah, I'd be extremely happy getting something like that too, because you don't see Welcome Back, Carter, man.
Yeah, that show was iconic. Come on.
Yeah.
This is Sad Sack number 49. But again, it's really this one's really rough. I think this is probably one of the ones they gave me for free because I think I got like 4 free issues because when he was showing them, he's like, "Oh, this is in really bad shape. I'm just going to give it to you."
Throw it in. Yeah.
Higgy.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I have a whole stack of ones that should have been like that. So yeah.
Welcome, buddy. Feel free to come on if you have time.
Dennis the Menace, number 49.
What is that over his face there?
Somebody stamped a stamp on there that says "Drop Dead."
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
And I was like, I was sitting here trying to figure out what it said, and I was like, really?
Hey, Jeffrey,
why do they even have a stamp for that?
They had them on from us. Golly. Man, that's rough.
It could be a custom-made stamp for all we know. That's horrid, though, that someone would do that.
That's wrong, man.
And there's an Archie number 189. And this one's like disconnected from the cover. It's got a really big split on it. So perfect for my collection. But I like the art. Got a nice art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently got them.
Well.
I don't know.
A lot of those 12 and 50-cent Archies. Let me tell you, I'm digging them.
And,
I really am.
And in this story, the Archies actually get a recording contract. So that's what's going on.
Oh, the Archies.
Oh, nice.
I haven't read it, but I saw enough of it when I was looking at that art to figure that out. So.
What is DS saying here? Lois Lane looks like a future DS book. Oh boy, DS.
Sad Sack with Sarge and Sadie number 3. This one's not too bad, but the cover's just disconnected.
Is Sadie that nurse?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I'm not up on my,
Yeah, I'm not either.
Sack, lineage.
What's weird is she's got the same last name because it says Sadie Sack, so maybe that's his sister.
Oh, okay.
I had always assumed it was like his girlfriend or something, but maybe not. So, and this one's not damaged. I'm just keeping it. It's Little Monsters.
Oh,
yeah.
You got to keep the little monsters for every monster kid out there, man.
I got a few of those. They're
and then this one, I believe I've heard about some other time. It's the Colossal Show. And I was like, I've never heard of the Colossal Show. I mean, I've read books about animation and cartoons, and I have never heard of the Colossal Show. So I looked it up. Turns out it was made as a pilot that got bought, but then canceled.
Oh,
wow.
So it's never been seen. They don't know what happened to the pilot episode. This is the only piece of merchandise that's ever been created.
That's interesting.
So in mint condition, this goes for about $60.
You need to hold on to that. That sounds like
that one I'm keeping. I mean, it's not mint condition. It's missing a corner, and but
so
when am I ever going to find another one? So
I wonder if like the Roman holidays were in at that time, and they're like, oh, it's too similar or something like that happened.
See, I am fighting
maybe
my nicotine addiction right now because Rob is just sporting some awesome books you don't see every day, man.
Yeah. Don't smoke, read comics.
Yeah.
Superman number 21. This one's missing. I think it's a Marvel value stamp. I can't tell because they ripped out such a big chunk that you can't tell if that's what they were ripping out or not.
Yeah, I think it does have one. Yeah. I think it does have one. I think it is on my list, and I have it, but.
Chamber of Chills number 16.
Oh, those are always fun.
Oh,
unfortunately, it's got that big chunk out of the cover right there.
Look at that! Cool. Look how, that's a busy cover. I love it.
Yep. This one is incomplete and has a loose page. It's Archie's Joke Book 129.
No, that Power Man was not mine, Jeffrey. Ha ha. I was trying to razz me. Mine never had it cut out as far as I remember. Hey, Bill!
Korak, Son of Tarzan 49.
Jeffrey's
this one's missing a page as well.
Oh. Beautiful Kubert stuff there. Though.
But me, I'll just find it on the internet, print it out, and it'll be fun.
Here's our friend, Aaron. Hey, buddy.
What up, people?
And you're dressed to the nines. Look at you.
It's just
so I got Jonah Hex, number 25. This one, it's got a big tear on one of the pages. It goes across like half the book.
Listen, for what you're selling these for, that's no problem, Rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Rob. What's going on, Rob?
This one's Marvel Tales number 34.
What's going on, Jim?
Cover's loose, but
awesome, sir.
I love that Marvel Tales, Rob. I clip that.
Well, we know that, Aaron. Yeah. You only say that every time you pull one out, Aaron.
I say I've been indoctrinated, right? When I was a child.
And this one surprised me. It's Treasure Chest, volume 23, number 10 from 1968. But it's missing the centerfold.
Wow.
And it's in pretty decent shape, so it's got me curious to know what the centerfold was that it went missing. Was it something designed to be pulled out or what? Because normally these are intact.
No angel in the centerfold.
Could be a poster or something like that. Yeah. No,
I learned something from Aaron yesterday about Treasure Chest. I didn't even know that series ran all the way till the 70s.
Oh, 70s. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Charlton. Yeah.
Looking good.
That's the kind of paddle I needed whenever I came.
Yeah, that's a little bit of cheating there. Just a little bit of cheating there.
And this one's got a big stain that runs through it on the bottom.
Oh boy.
That's why that's in this pile.
Well, I can take care of that, Rob. No problem.
Called the cheap books.
I can take care of those stains. No problem.
Black Lightning number 9 is missing 2 centerfolds.
Oh man.
Oh.
That was a good series too.
Agreed. Yeah, Tony Isabella did a good job on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Isabella. And I got Greyman number 3.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Jim, control yourself.
I love Ragman.
Remember, these are all the damaged ones. So
he's pulpish.
I was flipping through doing a page count, and I was like,
oh Lord. I was going to say, if it was at least readable, we'll talk, man.
Demon number 13.
Do these go into the incomplete pile to maybe one day become complete again?
Yes, most of them.
Awesome.
And this one's got water damage. It's not real visible because I think somebody tried pressing it out or something, but it's wrinkled through without the book right through in here. It's easier to see it on the back.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they tried, but
still presents nicely.
Yeah.
Because of where it is.
You have to leave it in the press longer when it's that water damaged.
Yeah.
And then this one is going to get gifted to Quentin. because it's a Statue of Liberty cover, and he collects Statue of Liberty covers.
Aw.
Beautiful.
It's stained pretty badly, and it's got.
Hey,
tape on
Mike,
the-
welcome. Haven't seen you in a while here. Great to see you here, buddy.
Greetings, poor
I
Mike.
sent him a picture of it. He said, "I need that."
He's not poor, by the way. It's a sort of play on his name.
Number
last name.
119 Hot Rods and Racing
Ooh,
Cars.
claim.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Open it and see the big rip that's in there.
That's not a problem. Not a problem, Rob. Not a problem.
He will fix it.
We'll take care of that.
And Legend of the Batman number 2. This is the last issue I needed for that miniseries, so that is
Ooh,
now
good.
complete. Keeping that one.
Excellent.
I have the one that was a part of the cereal. There was like
Excellent.
shrink wrapped with the cereal.
Jonah Hex number 11. Unfortunately, it's got heavy damage on the back, where another part of another cover was practically glued to it.
Yeah,
and
you know
then
Jeffrey,
I was excited for this one. The guy said there was writing on the cover. I didn't care, but it turns out it's missing the centerfold as well. It's Man from Uncle.
Oh, man. That was such a good series.
And then in that pile, I also have Little Monsters, Horrible Orvie, and Awful Annie, which I will also be keeping because unless I have it, I keep the Little Monsters. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
So that'll do for a first round. I got more.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Those are the damaged ones. I want to get those out of the way. So,
hey, damaged or not, I don't care. As long as you can read them, that's all I care about. And I know you'll use that laminating, whatever. You'll make copies and make them whole. I love that.
You know what I found out the other day? I can use old comic bags as laminating paper.
Nice.
Really?
What?
Ooh, that's a game changer, man.
It's sealed. Sealed really nicely. I didn't know that I could do. I mean, it's not as thick, but I won't have to buy laminating paper anymore.
Let's see it.
Hey,
Let's
that's
see it
a
again.
game
Now that
changer,
you're
man.
big.
Wow.
Oh well, this
I gotta
is
get
just a
one
little
of the
thing that I laminated, but
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
yeah, that was my test thing. I just threw that in a bag and ran it through the laminator to see if it would work or not. And
man.
it's completely
Excellent.
I got to get a laminator now because that's going to be my new
sense.
obsession. I guarantee you.
Rob,
Darren,
you're
how are you, my friend? It was great show yesterday. I had to duck out early, but
that's okay.
But
Really
you had some fire stuff going on.
What's in the box?
So
what's in the box from Matthew?
From Matt. Okay. So
Matthew.
Hero for Hire Comic Club. All right.
Heroes for Hire.
What are you showing there, Rob? What are you showing?
Somebody in the chat was asking what the full name was. It's just the Colossal Show.
The Colossal Show. Okay.
Yeah, the Colossal.
Yeah, that's a great find. I've never seen that comic in my life.
So these were either trades or purchases from my man Matthew. Okay. So here we go. I normally call out the year, but I'm gonna forego that. 1982. This one seems to pop up a lot. Hey, what's up, Brent?
Hey, Brent. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
How come this one pops up a lot, Roger?
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's Batman.
Isn't that weird? There's certain issues that do seem to just everybody's got one for sale.
Yeah. And then others that you rarely see. It's like distribution was really weird back in the 70s.
This is another one, I think, but I love it. I compare it to my PC and whatever doubles I have. You know what I do?
Oh yeah, that's where Machine Man and Jocasta first mate, and they actually become a couple.
Yeah.
Oh!
You see that question, Rob?
I just checked. It does not.
It does not. Okay.
Mr. Steve.
I do have an issue with that now.
We got to pick up the slack since the Rayman's not here.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be back next week.
Do you remember who it was, Roger? I know you love this run.
Oh, I do not.
Oh man, I put you on the spot. I feel terrible.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Listen, old man memories, man. I mean, I read that 40 years ago. I just showed that one in one of my videos. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. I loved it. I love when you do that.
Right.
You know, the complete appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy from the Copper Age, right? Or
from the bronze and copper. Yeah. Yeah, I figure there might be some other people out there that's obsessive about those things as I am. So
I love this run, man. I'm gonna reread it.
I'm with you.
Okay, you guys, I'm done complaining about sorting. I'm just gonna do it.
All right.
I'm gonna man up and just sort and just forget.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Just hey, get it done.
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
Don't whine about it that I'm not reading as much, because you remember the days I was reading a lot. I might have been happier.
Yeah, you'll get there again once your sorting is done. Key issue.
Issue.
Yeah, I think that's where he became Giant Man. He used to be Black Goliath, I think.
Nuclo.
Yep, Nuclo from the Avengers Annual.
And it's got our fun early direct.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I really think it's a very underrated series. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, it's not all this, you guys. So I don't want to do that to you. Just the same stuff, but it's okay.
No, I have not shown what I'm going to get from Mike. I'm going to show that on Sunday on a show dedicated to you, my friend.
The final.
I met up with Night Tiger today, and he gave me a box of comics. I'm going to show on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's not all for me, but you'll
what
you will. Well, you'll see.
You're spreading the love.
I'm spreading the love. Yeah,
that's what you and Greyman do, man.
And also some of it's going to go to my 2,000 subscriber contest. I'm 40-ish.
Wow, dude, you are plowing too there. No problem, man.
Yeah, again, it's an excuse to have a giveaway. So.
You know what number this is?
Oh yes,
number 9.
There you go, dude. It's only. Look at this, man.
Yeah, those early 2-in-1s are really good, Aaron. Really good reads.
Yeehaw!
Generally, because they when they started the series, they really wanted people to latch onto it like 2-in-1, team up. Sorry.
So I love. Go ahead.
I was going to say that was one of my favorite issues because Valkyrie is such an underused character.
I love her.
Get a fair shake in the Defenders, man.
I know.
Yeah, she was like second rate there, which I always thought was like wrong because she was very powerful.
Yeah, because she's on like Thor level.
Very close.
Yeah.
Isn't this beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Simonson Metal Man at that point. Yeah, so, I know Mike sent you a box. He told me.
I love receiving a box in the mail, and I haven't opened it, and I open it live like this and on Roger's show.
Yeah, man. Love to see this stuff. Love it.
Yeah. Eclipso's such a good villain, too. Yeah, there's no way the Metal Man, and I love the Metal Man, but there's no way, not against Eclipso.
No, he pretty much destroys them. They beat him on a technicality, essentially.
Oh, wow.
Silver Age. This is from Matthew.
Nice.
Yeah, that's when the Metal Men were hunted, so they acted like they were killed, but actually they kind of became more human in their appearance.
And they went away for a little while, right?
Because there was a hiatus there for several years. Yeah.
And as Higgy Pop would say, right? Red Sonja. Red Sonja.
Sonja.
We do the Higgy Pop hits here, no problem.
You're selling all your Metal Men. What are you, Jeffrey?
You cannot go wrong with Frank Bruner, man.
No, you can't. Look at this. No, look at those.
That's it. That you got the stamp of approval from Dave. That's it. Your career is set.
Thank you, Surf Blue.
Oh, that's where they tried to retcon Hellcat's origin and say she's like the daughter. Illegitimate daughters of the devil.
First tried convincing her at issue 100, which I read.
Yeah,
and she's Hellcat, you guys.
Yeah.
Now she went from teeny bopper to all of a sudden Satan's daughter or whatever. It's just
weird. And I love Devil Slayer. This guy's great.
Yeah.
Originally an Atlas Seaboard character.
Yeah, the writer took him with him everywhere he went. He even did the indies in the 80s, did a couple magazines and put him in there.
You guys are going to you're sending me down this long, winding road.
Yeah, he was in Galaxia magazine.
Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, I knew you would know the name of the mag. Yes.
Yeah, because I do like the character. He's interesting because he can pull everything out of the cape, and yet he's got these weird mental powers where he can sense evil. And
yeah. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Yay,
all right, buddy.
Lots of Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got some good stuff from Matt. I didn't see this, but man,
this is it. Everything culminated since even before JM DeMatteis, picked it up. He even took the other storyline threads and he threaded it all into this ultimate encounter with the devil.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, with the cult of the 6-fingered hand and all that.
Yeah, that was an interesting story. I have to admit.
I remember that.
Of course, he created or helped to create Isaac Christians here.
Yeah. That was another character I loved. The Gargoyle.
I grew up on the Gargoyle.
His miniseries is actually really good.
Yep. Bernie Wrightson covers. Oh, I know that one. That is such a psychedelic cover, man.
Yeah, because at first it's kind of like, you don't even know what you're looking at. You got to really pay attention, right? Because the colors and all that. But.
If you have a black light, Aaron, put that cover under a black light. You'll be amazed.
Carson, welcome, buddy. Good to see you here. Aaron doesn't go anywhere though. Black light, Jim. Come on.
No, my wife has one, and because we had a stray cat in here like a week ago, you guys, and it did spray.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to find out where the stains are.
No, we just then use the black light. Ooh.
Yeah, you got to watch out for them stray tomcats.
Hulk smash, dude. Coming for you.
That's another underrated series. The Defenders, so underrated.
Get them while you can. Yep. Get them while it's a buyer's market, I guess.
Now look at this. Which band member from the Stray Cats?
Nice, Scotty. Hey, Scotty, glad that you're doing good with your dad, my man.
Yeah.
What up, Higgy?
Yeah, agreed.
Higgy, I play the Higgy hits sometimes, man. I take the lines, I sing them sometimes, man. I don't want to do that to you. I always got to shout out to Higgy, though, man.
That's when the Red Guardian joined them for a while. The female version.
Yeah, and I like that they made her a female. It fit, and her being part of the team because she's like the Russian Captain America, and they needed that in Defenders.
Yeah, they needed that icon in there. They didn't really have that.
No,
but she didn't last that long.
Remember when they had interesting subplots?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days.
Like the elf
killer.
The Gerber elf ran through Defenders.
Oh yeah, the elf killer with the gun. That's who I was thinking.
Yes, yeah. That threw me bananas. I was like, what is up with that elf? It ran for years before it was resolved.
Yep.
And also, Hulk grew his hair out in the 70s. You guys, I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I mean, it's hard to get a barber when you're just ranting mad like all the time. That is a horrible issue right there.
Horrible
issue. Can you believe the Defenders were beaten by some tap dancer?
Hulk can't fight gas.
Hey, it happens to everybody.
Oh my god!
We'll eat a lot of beans.
Even when I read that when I was a young man, I was like, "This is crap."
Even when you were a kid, you were like, "This is crap."
Yeah, I mean, how dare you put some tap dancer defeating the Defenders?
Yeah,
and like Valkyrie, you know how she can't fight against women. It was a female robot she couldn't fight against.
Oh, that's horrible.
Come on.
We like Starhawk.
Yeah, Starhawk's very cool.
I love it, man.
That's a good reader beater copy.
Saturn. We got a Saturn-looking planet in the background.
There's a UFO on there, Aaron. Of course, you read.
Yeah.
Did I go right by the UFO?
Well, maybe it's an FO. It's
yeah, because Doctor Strange is zapping the UFO.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's the Badoon ship or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love my UFOs.
Ray is taking care of a family situation. He'll be back next
Greyman. Week. All blessings go out to Greyman, you guys.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen.
No, not Defenders of the Earth. That was another
Savage Time
animated series. Yeah.
Across the Gulf of Centuries.
And coming back is Damien Sleepy Reader. Welcome.
There he is.
Sorry that I had to run away.
No way. No problem. Sleepy. No problem. You have your priorities straight, my friend.
Should we have sleeping? Should I take a break from the box here, man?
Do a few more, then we'll go to sleep.
Okay, good. I'm opening a box I got from Matthew, Damien.
Me too, Scotty. Me too. I love them.
I love when the Sinister Squadron or Squadron Supreme. What are they currently called? Squadron
that's
Sinister.
Sinister.
Yeah, Squadron Sinister.
Yeah, it was never clear which one was which and whether they're the same or different. It was never clear to me.
Dude, giant-sized werewolf.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Red Sky, Morbius. Come on.
I like Morbius best when Gil Kane draws him. There's something about the Gil Kane.
Yeah, because
Morbius.
the nostrils. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And the way he does the hands.
He's looking down. Everything's down or up, right? With the faces.
Gil Kane was very dynamic. He loved the twisty body stuff.
All right, buddy.
I think
they had him on for us.
Spider-Woman. Maybe I'll stop it right here.
That's. I bet you that's Roy Thomas back there. That looks like Roy Thomas back.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Enough said, people.
Yeah, when I met him, he looked exactly like that. So.
Spidey on the cover. Enough said.
Oh boy!
All right, this will be the last.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago in the '80s. Yeah. Oh, I love these.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
What a. Oh, Jim knows.
That's a great one to have.
Yeah. Yeah. 40s and 50s reprints. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Good stuff. Just good stuff.
Yeah, because that was how we read the
half.
Golden Age stuff in those kind of reprints. So
I'll save the next.
Thank you, Art. Thank you, buddy.
If you need me again after that, I'll run and find a box.
Yeah, we probably have another round in us. Yeah.
Well, I want to start with kind of a little PSA, a little bit of information. I know that Roger saw Nauman's video about the really cheap artist edition he bought.
I did. Yeah.
So this has been going on for a while because about a half a year ago, I bought a really cheap edition of this EC Comics covers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so it's bizarre because someone is selling large numbers of unopened, because they come wrapped up in plastic in the box and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a mere coincidence.
And I think they are misprints.
Oh,
Really?
This one has 5, but it's not a bad misprint because this one has 5 pages that repeat, but there's no missing pages.
Okay.
So I think that the printer made a mistake, and so they just got shuffled off to a warehouse somewhere.
Very
And then a
interesting.
few years later, after they're not in print anymore, hopefully they got permission to sell them.
Yeah.
But someone is then selling them. So if you want to get that one that Nauman had, I watched the whole thing, and it was the John Buscema one.
Right.
It had all the pages in it, so there was nothing missing. Because I took out my own copy and paged through it while Nauman was paging through it.
Okay, great.
So somewhere in there is probably some kind of error, is my guess. This one, it was obvious. It was those 5 extra pages.
Interesting.
And at first, I was concerned that other pages were missing because of that, but there was nothing missing.
Okay.
And
Hey, Mike,
just,
welcome.
I don't think this one is. I think they're doing like 1 or 2 at a time in terms of these. Well, I'm calling them misprint ones. Because I noticed they've got one of the Commandy artist editions for sale on eBay cheaply also.
Yeah, but
anyway,
for
so I
that,
just want to mention that.
for that
What a
price, I
deal.
mean, big deal, misprint.
Yeah, Nauman paid what, $50
$50
for a book that you're getting a good deal when you get it for 120.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
They
And-
usually go for 120 to 150 retail.
Yeah.
The retailers set the price. Actually, the IDW doesn't set the price.
Oh, okay.
But then when they go out of print, they often go for like 250.
Mhm.
Whoa.
But just to see Wally's wood uncolored, to really appreciate all
Yeah.
the detail and the shading in there.
This one, I should do a video on it. The book is so huge.
You
It's hard
should.
to make a video of it.
Yeah.
But the art, all of the EC cover artists were incredible. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
just pan out a little bit, Damien. So we can
You
see the
have
whole
those
thing.
treasury size hardcovers. A
I
lot
could
of
try
them.
to put it behind.
Yeah.
me.
Good backrest, I guess.
Yeah.
So standing out, I can do at the moment.
It's like a partition back there. Hey, Tim, welcome, buddy.
When I make videos of these, I have to put my iPhone on a tripod up really high, and these Golden Age ones are even bigger. The original art's even bigger than the Silver Age, so it's ginormous. And then I thought I've been going through some of my my book collection, trying to sort things through. So I thought I'd show
Nice.
some odds and ends. This is the current Flash Gordon reprint series that's coming out from Mad Cave.
Man Cave. Yeah.
And it's pretty good. So I'll probably get other volumes of it.
Excellent.
But I've got to figure out what I already have, because I found that I have this one from quite a while ago from someone called Checker.
Wow.
This is volume 6, but it's a much thinner. It doesn't contain as many strips per. And I feel like there was another series of Flash Gordon reprints that included all the extra material that was often at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I love the Alex Raymond Flash Gordon. And actually, there were other great artists who did Flash Gordon. Mac Raboy did Flash Gordon for a while.
Yep, he did a few.
And then I found my original copy of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Whoa!
You had a hardcover of it?
Whoa, a hardcover?
All falling apart.
Stuff.
The value did not last.
But you kept it. That's great.
I've never seen a hardcover version of that. I've only
studied this very closely as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, I do have the soft cover, but wow. Jeez.
Yeah,
that's
I think
beautiful,
my
man.
parents must have got me this as a Christmas present or something.
Your parents,
Unfortunately, I don't have the
your
dust
parents were
jacket.
the coolest, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So that was a fun. I forgot that I had that.
My parents got me clothes. No, I'm just kidding. They got me stuff too.
Well, at least you weren't naked, right?
No, definitely not. No, Cubans aren't into the nudity thing, you know.
Even though you're Caribbean. And then there are these Spirit color albums that Kitchen Sink put out for a while. They were kind of like annuals, but in hardback, which I think is something they used to do in England, hardback annuals.
Yeah,
and
bumper books and things.
They feature kind of a different style of coloring than the other Spirit stuff. So that was fun to re-find this in my collection.
Sure.
So gorgeous.
I want to see the Library of Sleepy Reader.
Yeah.
I'm very slow to organize.
A whole room, a whole huge room.
That would be like an ideal vacation, just vacation in his bookshelf.
Exactly.
And then I have some
You got it, buddy.
Asterix comics in French.
Oh.
I did take French in high school, which of course didn't really stick. And I've been doing, ever since COVID, I've been doing Duolingo in French with the goal of being able to read comics in French.
Wow.
So I don't know, at various bookstores, just occasionally I come across the French editions. So Asterix et les Normands.
Excellent.
Yeah, those are huge in France. I mean, just massively huge.
I think I don't know if it's still true because of manga, but at one point Asterix was the best-selling comic book in the world. So Asterix chez les Picts. I don't know how the French pronounce Picts, but the Picts would basically be Irish or Scottish. They look Scottish, I guess.
Yeah, they're that pole throwing thing.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Sleepy. Manga has just taken over the world by storm.
I think maybe One Piece is the biggest selling comic in the world now.
Looky Luke.
Yeah. Before that, it was Dragon Ball, and before that, Naruto. So,
okay, I don't know as much about it.
You're hilarious, Jeff.
But Asterix still sells in the millions around the world.
Rin Tin Tin is
Tintin, I think, used to come in second as the second most popular.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one they don't like to remember, where
it sounds like an E.
Unfortunate depiction of Africans. But anyway, I found it at a used bookstore. The person who owned the used bookstore was a little embarrassed to have it. But to me, it's historical.
Micah says that Titan might be the other publisher for Flash Gordon you're thinking about.
I think he's right. I think I somewhere have the Titan volume too, or maybe I got them out of the library. I used to get a lot out of the library.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, for that info. Good stuff.
The Lucky Luke in French. The Lucky Luke's very popular in France, but I don't know if he is internationally. I always find it interesting that the Europeans are so fascinated with the American Wild West more than we are at this point.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Spaghetti westerns, baby.
And Lucky Luke
Fireball,
is
welcome.
comedic.
Good to see you here. Yep.
Oh, and here's a Tintin in English. Cigars of the Pharaohs. Tintin has amazing art, but it's has a huge amount of text.
Yeah.
Huge amount of text. I'm not too crazy about the font they use either, but I love the art. Let's see. I discovered I have 2 copies of the illustrated Roger Zelazny.
Wow.
I
Wow.
love that.
I love Roger Zelazny, but I also am a huge fan of Gray Morrow, who did all the illustrations.
Wow. Damien?
So some of it is in comic book-ish form.
Yeah.
But I think mostly they try to retain the original text from Roger Zelazny.
Wow.
Fabulous stuff. Yeah, man.
I just love
Some of it is even more just like an illustrated text.
Yeah, it's so psychedelic. Like,
oh man, that's a beauty. Wow.
Gray Morrow's interesting because he had both a comic book career and a paperback book illustration career.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He did ads too, ad illustrations.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah. But I don't know if you guys remember the Perry Rodin books.
Oh yeah.
All of those covers, like 109 covers, are all by Gray Morrow.
Whoa, nice.
And they have a beautiful sort of 1950s.
Hey there.
What up, Parallax?
Hey, Leah.
Howdy, Leah.
Thank you for the geriatric comment, boys.
She rocks. I love Leah.
Hey, listen, it's not easy to get at this age and still be a nerd, okay?
She knows her stuff, too.
Right, Jim?
Yeah.
Little sassafras.
Oh, Jim.
Oh,
look at this.
Oh.
And this is the Phantom from the DC. It's the complete DC Phantom.
Yeah, I
didn't
think
even know DC did the
miniseries.
Phantom.
Yeah, the 4-issue miniseries and the 13-issue series they did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm
They had a
curious
Phantom
to see
series,
their
but
version of
it's
the Phantom.
astonishing to me that they did put it into a hardcover.
Well, DC didn't put it into a hardcover. Something called Hermes Press put it into a hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they probably bought the rights to it to license it out to that. Yeah.
Well, I think
once DC made it, it would have been owned by whoever owns the Phantoms. So
yeah, the Leaf
Right,
Hall
that's
thing.
Yeah. So
Just
maybe
like
their
the
state or
Conan
whatever.
comics follow the Conan license.
Good point.
Yeah.
And then there's this Frank Frazetta comic strip called Johnny Comet.
Wow.
Ah.
And I don't know much about it. I bought the book a while ago, stuck it in a box, and forgot about it. So
but you see Frazetta, you buy Frazetta, so it's okay.
Very good point. It looks like quite early Frazetta.
Some artists are like that.
But his signature's there.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's a new one on me.
You don't hear much about this.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely Frazetta though. That
it
guy
looks
right
like
there.
you can see his
definitely.
art progress through the course of the book.
Yep. Definitely him.
Yeah,
that's why I love the show. I see stuff I've
like
never seen before. You know.
Yeah, I love Damien, you got such an incredible collection. I love it. And your videos.
There's color pages too.
Ooh.
I always
Funny comment.
walk away from Damien's videos more educated.
Yep. Yeah. I told you that this is the man I used to watch way back when, man.
I don't know if it's education or just going overboard.
No, I like it. I like the details.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's really great stuff, Damien.
And then obscure Wally Wood, Daredevil Aces, Commandos and Other Sagas of War.
That I have heard of, yes. Cool.
So I think this is Wally Wood doing work for more off-brand comic companies of stuff that's probably not in copyright. So Vanguard published this. Vanguard does a lot of those art books for Frazetta and the like.
Let's see a G.I. Joe show last Sunday. Nice.
Oh, this.
Yeah, I mean, speaking for us, like the collectors and the aficionados of this stuff, I love public domain law, because you get to use it for a great amount of time. You make your money, and then people can use. There's still copyrighted aspects, but at least you can have the character out there in the realm so that we can enjoy it and not just have it, behind some kind of old paywall.
Probably not everyone is familiar with Basil Wolverton, although you might know him from the covers of Plop.
And Space Hawk.
Space Hawk, but I don't know how many people know about Space Hawk.
Yeah, that's a deep cut there, Jim. Yeah.
And there's some famous Mad Magazine covers he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently he had this ongoing comic called Scoop Scuttle, and the art in it's quite delightful. You can definitely see this being maybe a big influence on people like Robert Crumb and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you're right.
I think he influenced a lot of the underground.
He's
art.
back.
I'm back.
The cheap comic collector is back.
Did you have to go check on Mom?
Rob.
No, it just threw me off for some reason.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I can hear thunder outside, so it's slowing a little bit.
So that's the set of books I recently pulled out of a box.
Wow. Thanks,
Oh,
Damien.
you got boxes,
Pretty awesome.
boxes and boxes of stuff, right, Damien?
Man, oh man.
Yes, I have a large storage unit.
I got to make a pilgrimage over to.
That I go over there and sort
Yeah.
through things every once in a while.
Always remember, I'm not that far away, my man.
Yeah, I got to make a pilgrimage over there and visit Pat and visit Aaron and visit Sleepy.
How many boxes would you like, Aaron?
All right, so I showed you some Fast Willie Jackson, small press publisher. Let's continue that in that realm, right? With another one that probably would not fly in today's sensitivities, but in a very different way. We're talking about body shaming stuff here. Fat Man, the human flying saucer.
I remember him from ACG. Yeah,
That's right.
Did you do a video about him once upon a time?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think I went out and tried to find some of those comics afterwards. They're very hard to find.
Very hard to find. Yeah, it took me
anything
years to put this
ACG is
together.
hard.
But this was what I thought was very unique, right? This is Lightning Comics, totally different publisher. But what does it say here? Written and drawn by the creators of the original Captain Marvel, Otto Binder and CC Beck.
Ah,
Can you imagine today doing something like that?
Yeah.
Man,
That should be a major event if it happens.
that takes some.
It's a part of history you got.
Moxie.
You had.
And Aaron, I know you're pining for this one because it's got the flying saucer.
You heard, I was sending you messages, telepathy.
Yeah, I know, and you can see the similarity to Captain Marvel. You got the short cape, the rope.
Love
you got
it.
the same kind of, except for the color. You got the same type of design on the costume.
I mean, that looks like a transformation cover. Does he actually change into a flying saucer?
Yes, he does. Yeah. He has a middle form. He has a middle form, which is kind of like it barely moves. I mean, it's more like a floating blimp than a flying saucer, and then the full flying saucer.
Flying saucer, dirigible human.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that's right. And this guy here if you are a Fawcett fan, reminds you of that Cole character from the Fawcett Captain Marvel series.
Was he King Cull or something?
King Cull, right? Yeah. And you got this guy over here, and the lady back here.
It would be great to have him team up with the Fat Fury. What's his Herbie? The Fat Fury.
Herbie. That would have been beautiful. That would have been beautiful.
If they were out of copyright, we could do our own.
well, I don't see why anyone would get upset at that guy, considering Bouncing Boy is still a member of the Legion of Super.
Right. I just think
not allowed to use the word.
Title might be the problem here. Is
Color me intrigued, however. I love this. Man. Are you kidding
and again,
me?
here we have the transformation, Rob, like we were talking about. And notice on his the logo on his shirt is a little flying saucer. Right there.
And ACG, little known fact, ACG was one of the longest running independent companies. When they came out around the same time EC did, and all their books were doing the weird stuff like EC did. Yep. But once Comic Code and Wortham hit, they switched everything up, family friendly, and it still lasted till the late 60s, early
67, 68, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right, so that was, again, small press publisher. That was their one title. Their second title, and I kid you not, was Todd Holton, Super Green Beret.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
And
I've never seen that.
That dude ain't playing around.
Probably because this didn't sell at all, Jim.
Did he have superpowers?
It is terrible.
It's worthy of keeping.
Yeah. It's about this kid who finds this green beret. I mean, this guy is 12 years old.
Is it so bad it's good?
Yeah, when he puts it on, he becomes this guy who's super powerful, and obviously he's taking on some Vietnamese, I believe. There, this is Vietnam War era stuff.
Oh, okay.
Talk about child endangerment. Imagine putting a 12-year-old in the middle of a theater of war.
Yeah.
You know?
Or introduce. Go ahead.
Well, there was Bucky. You know?
Do we know who the writer on that was? Because honestly, that sounds a lot like Captain Marvel, right?
It kind of does, doesn't it? In a sense. I'll check it out. I'm not sure. And here's the second issue. Very similar kind of theme here with the Viet Cong down there.
See what they're influencing young minds back then? War is fun.
Yeah, I tell you, man, it is. It took me a while to find these things, but when I found number 1, or no, I actually found number 2 first, I was like, I got to find that number 1.
Yeah.
So you know what, Rob? There are no credits here.
No one wanted to admit they were part of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they didn't want to admit they were writing this. Probably
I
if somebody looks
remember
it up,
when I was a little boy that green berets were considered really cool, kind of the way we talk about Marines now.
And you also had this other feature called the Fabulous Flying Musketeers. Again, just bizarro stuff here. Let me show you them. These guys here kind of remind you of Simon and Kirby Kid battalions, things like that.
Oh yeah, Kid Commandos. Yeah.
Kid Commandos, yeah. So anyway, that was it. That was the entirety of the Lightning Comics publishing right there.
Well, those are very cool obscurities to have.
You know it. And again, if you're talking about cool obscurities, you got to talk about this character, and that is the Myron Fast version of Captain Marvel from 1960.
Oh, I remember seeing that, and I'm like, oh Lord, no. Yeah, it just reminds me of No Hands from Suicide Squad.
Right. Yeah. His power is that he could split his body off. That's it. Yeah. And again,
everyone's dream power.
they really skim the line here, because notice down there they have Plastic Man, which is not the Plastic Man that we know. It's another character totally. And eventually, believe it or not, they sued Marvel. And eventually, they sued Marvel, and eventually Marvel bought them out, I do believe. And how he uses his powers, what he would say, split. And there he goes.
Dismember.
And here we have Adam Jaw.
Oh no.
And here we have, again, Dr. Fate right here.
Wow.
Oh. Woo.
Yep. And here we have Elastic Man.
Oh, Comic Book Curator tells us that Super Green Beret is written by Otto Binder.
Makes sense. He was writing the Fat Man, yeah. And Tiny Man over there, right up there, Tiny Man. Yeah, these are just bizarre and weird and wacky and somewhat awful. And Jim, you know this character. He's a pulp character. Well, another version, another iteration. Okay. He fights the Bat.
Ooh. Ah. I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that. Not one bit. Don't like it. No, sir.
Yeah. They took a lot of liberties with their names for sure.
Yeah.
And here is the Bat again with Tiny Man down there.
That's a ripoff of a Batman pose, even down to the wings that Bob Kane did. Oh my goodness!
The whole thing is more or less a big ripoff, Jim.
Wow!
Money.
And you know that famous cover with Wonder Woman on the bomb, you know? Yeah, here it is again, right here. With
strapped to the rocket, baby.
Yeah. And here's the Bat again. I mean, they're really pushing the envelope here. And
it's cool though. It's a cool cover.
And this is the last issue here.
You actually that was pretty high grade too, Roger. Good job, man.
Thank you, man. And here we go. Who does that remind you of? You know,
Elongated Man or Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic. Take your pick.
Take your pick. Right. Yeah. And this guy here with the fertilizer, you know, whatever. I mean, just as bizarre. And this, I love this stuff because it is, when you read it, you're like, how did they get away with this?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
and to have the cojones to go after Marvel.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. You got it.
You named the company No Shame or something.
Right. I'm going to show you a few more things.
How? I just blew my mind. Wow.
It's whatever
people can get away with, and then I'll pass it on. This is nothing quite as bizarre as that, but this kind of a spin-off here stuff.
Oh, yeah. Gizmo. From Eastman and Laird, Mirage. Yeah.
Right, Mirage Studios, right.
Yeah.
Gizmo and the Fugitoid.
Yeah.
He's coming up.
What's the year, Roger? You got to shout the year.
This is Indies from the 80s.
Yep.
Roger's got one. All right.
This is... Oh, of course, I opened the one issue that doesn't have the indicia.
Yeah. Sometimes that copyrights.
They're indies. What do you expect?
Yeah,
indies from the 80s.
They're definitely from the 80s because I remember.
Was it black and white inside?
Is it a black and white?
These things, can you believe that?
Is it a black and white beauty?
Yeah, black and white beauty.
Nice.
Yeah.
A total errand book.
You know it. And also wraparound covers, by the way. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
They were doing everything they could. That's a cool cover too, man.
Yeah.
Well, Mirage did put out quality product, whether it was Gobbledygook, TMNT, or Gizmo. It was decent stuff. And yeah.
Ow.
Cool cover, another great cover.
Yeah. Again, it's wraparound when he's fighting.
Yeah. Love it.
And look at these guys. I don't know what these guys remind you of. Minions or something? I don't know what these guys are.
Oh yeah. Kind of like the
Blue Meanies.
Blue Meanie. That's it. Blue Meanies, a good one. And yeah, this is kind of a little throwback to the Yellow Brick Road and the Tin Man, whatever.
Tin Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
And who does this guy remind you of?
Oh wow.
Hawk and Dove? Hawk?
Reminds me of Space Ghost, kind of.
Yeah, Space Ghost, Superman, Omni-Man, Invincible type guy.
Space Ghost and Hawk, though.
You name it, he's there. Yeah.
Yep.
And here's when the Fugitoid joins them.
So I love that you do collect some knockoff stuff or just weird 80s stuff. It's great.
I mean, if I enjoy it, I get it. You know, I mean, I don't say, oh, because it's from the 80s or the 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are exceptions. Oh, 1989, this one is. So this is probably from the mid. All right, here, 87, right down, right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
87. There we go. All right. Come on, Roger, man. Read the cover. So there's Fugitoid. I really enjoy this. I have the first appearance in the magazine size.
Cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was by Eastman and Laird. And here's number 2. All right. So anyway, just a little bit of funky stuff I thought I'd share with you guys today.
Thanks, Roger. That rocked, man.
Cool. Yeah, man. I love that. I love that odd ball stuff. You know.
Sandman Mystery Comics.
All right, guys.
Known as Jim.
You're up, Jim.
I have the first 3 books I'm going to show are for Aaron, actually.
Whoa.
Helping him with his various obsessions. Now, you guys know that I'm into that obscure company out of Texas called Elite Comics. They did my Pulp Guy, the Twilight Avenger. They did Sea Dragon, yada, yada, yada. Well, and all that stuff transferred over to Eternity Comics. Well, this is one of the first things they put out. It's called Elite Presents, and it's the first appearance of a character that Tim Vigil actually drew for them with Butch Burcham at Eternity, the Dark Wolf.
Ooh.
I was shocked to actually find it in incredibly high grade.
Wow.
And it was dirt cheap. And on top of that, like they normally do, okay, they've got great art on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Great art on the front.
I think I have a few Dark Wolves somewhere.
And yeah, I sent them to you.
Okay.
Full color.
That's nice.
Wow.
Beautiful, just beautiful art. I mean,
yeah, I love the design of the character.
Did you say that's Tim Vigil in that issue, or
no? Tim Vigil did some of them when it went over to Eternity. This is Butch Burcham And the stories by R.A. Jones, whoever that is.
R.A. Jones sounds familiar.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was he the? No, it's not. I'm thinking of Arvell Jones. Forget it.
And there's Bruce Jones, but
there you go. And then I know how Aaron likes his cryptids and all things weird. They actually made a comic book about the very first cryptid, Spring-Heeled Jack.
Wow.
If you guys do not know who Spring-Heeled Jack was, back in the Victorian era, London was terrorized by a guy who would jump all over the place, super high, wear like a bat suit, and could supposedly spit flames out of his mouth.
Dang, dude.
And here's a comic book. And he got so popular when he was in the news papers that they started making him like a pulp hero in the Penny Dreadfuls.
Wow.
And here is a comic book about him.
Jim.
So, Spring-Heeled Jack. And then...
You guys want to see my eyes get moist?
Sweaty eyeballs?
Sweaty eyeballs.
Next one he's going to love. It's got bulbous-headed aliens. It's got UFOs on it. It's put out by Go-Go Comics. It's Creepsville #1. Look at that.
I love it. Like Martians. I love it.
Yep.
Decapitated Martians. With a UFO to boot.
Oh, I love that art. It's so
cool. It looks like the Mars Attacks Martians.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, actually, those are the aliens from the old B movie, Invasion of the Saucer People. Nice. Everything in this book is from a B movie. It's got the Roman from Robot Monster. I mean, you name it, it's in this book. So it's a fun run down B movie 50s lane. And it's even got trading cards in it that are still in here of the character.
Man, that is so freaking awesome, dude.
In the book. Let me show you. This is just good stuff.
Now we're really learning stuff. I've never even heard of any of these.
No, this is great.
Well, if Damien hadn't heard of it, that's a real find.
Yeah.
And look, the art is like Archie art.
Yeah. Yeah, the girl certainly.
And you can find this stuff, you guys, sometimes, you know?
I've trained her well.
Like.
And then, see, Universal Monsters on the back. So the whole series is a big homage to growing up a monster kid, basically.
Yeah, and B movies.
Yep, B movies and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the aliens and the UFOs on the cover alone, I figured he's gonna like that.
I'm gonna drop Jim's link in here if you guys aren't subbed.
Yeah, please do.
Great video.
Everybody's link, by the way, is down below in the description. If you want to go during the show or after the show, we're all down there.
Okay, so I don't have to do that, but I'm gonna.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Good. I'm glad you ordered that because I mean it's Tarna. You know, you got to have Tarna. If it's Heavy Metal Magazine #1, they got to have a Tarna cover, and you got to have it. You know.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into, and I'll go through these quickly.
Yeah.
Fat stack of indies from the '80s. By the way, Mrs. Sandman says hello, everybody.
Hi, Mrs. Sandman.
Hi,
right.
Mrs. Sandman.
They all say hi. Hello. All right. This is one of my favorite indies. The guy published very sporadically. There's like 10 or 12 issues. This is from 1993. This is Too Much Coffee Man. He smokes and he drinks too much coffee. I love this book. I've always loved it. I need all of them. All of them, man. Like,
Too much coffee, man.
That is hilarity throughout.
Yep.
Oh man.
And then
that really takes me back.
I found 2, 3, 4, and so forth of this series. Now I finally got #1 so I can read it. Thunder Mace #1. This was one of those big black and white indies that was fantasy based, like Red Fox. You know, Cerebus started that because Cerebus was a
congratulations, Jeffrey.
big parody book. Started out at least. So I'm happy to have that. And then
awesome.
You guys know I like my 3D books, and Blackthorn put out a lot of those in the 80s. This is from 1985. The Merlin Realm in 3D.
Oh, so cool, man.
And then Black Shard 3D.
Nice.
Yep. And see, Kirby was so influential, even no-name companies were doing the Kirby crackle in the background. Yeah, Red Fox is awesome. It was an awesome, fun little book about a red-haired barbarian chick. And getting into that fantasy stuff, Jack Kirby, last of the Viking heroes. And yes, it is Kirby and Thibodeau inking.
Nice.
Oh.
Full color indie, by the way.
I think the interiors might be just by Thibodeau.
Yeah, but I know Kirby did all the covers for
Right.
Ooh, you beat me to it, Roger.
I think it was published after Kirby's passing.
Better more than less, Aaron. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then I did a video on Victory Comics. The guy who started that, Reggie Byers, he used to work on all the Robotech books for Comico. And then Kamiko, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Then he created his own character, Shuriken. Well, here's another obscure book that was put out by his company called Shrike, #1. No worries. Very cool cover. I haven't even opened this up yet, so I can't wait to see it.
You got it, my friend. Anytime. Congratulations on 500.
Yeah. Happy 500, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Woohoo! 500. I just hit 151, by the way, people.
Nice.
Yes. So
we'll get you there, Jim. No worries. We'll get you there.
Yep. I don't care. As long as people watch the video, that's what I care.
Yeah, the more people that watch, the more educated you're going to make them.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, this was put out by Warp Graphics, so I can't wait to read this because it's Monster Kid Central, Dracula versus Jack the Ripper. You got a special feature by Robert Bloch. I mean, this is, and it's put out by Warp Graphics, which are the ElfQuest people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. And then, before
versus Dracula. Wow, that's great.
Yeah. And then before Innovation got artsy with the painted Interview with a Vampire, they were trying to be a regular comic company. And this is one of their vampire books. And like the cover here, they're trying to make it like pseudo-sexual, but I reviewed the inside and it's very cartoony art inside, and it's kind of silly stories about two vampire brides trying to get on after Dracula's been killed. I'm like, what do we do now? You know?
So the cover's
potential to that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Kamiko that did those Leonard Nimoy comics. I don't think it was.
No, that was another company, the same company that put out those Neil Gaiman comics.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of that company, but I can't.
Was it Techno Comics?
Oh, yeah, Techno.
Yes. Techno Comics.
Right. Yeah.
And this just interested me, and I haven't even opened it yet. It doesn't say it's for mature readers. So I'm hoping the cover was just made to sell. I've never seen this, never heard of it. Netherworld, #1. Of course, everything's covered where it needs to be, but all the little creepy crawlies and monsters intrigue me. And it's put out by a company called Ambition. Never heard of it. So I thought
I'd
heard of it either.
It's an eyeball.
Like it could be good.
That is a definition of a small press right there. I mean, that font you can tell was done on like some kind of teletype or something.
Yeah, or like the old apples with the floppy disks.
Oh yeah. I used to have one of those. Yeah.
Yep. And then Nosferatu by Millennium, beautiful cover. And yeah, I loved the original Nosferatu by F.M. Morneau, so why not? And I'm a big fan of P. Craig Russell. This is from Eclipse.
To be a fan of.
The Magic Flute. And to quote Aaron, it's a thickie.
It's a thickie.
Yep.
Square bound.
Yep.
You got some reading to do, man.
Oh, I know.
Woohoo!
And then a whole bunch of the new wave.
Oh, I got a bunch of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
those
when
are thinnies, aren't they? They're thinnies.
Yep, they are.
Oh, were those ones that put out weekly, and they put them out weekly, I think, and they were.
Oh yeah, 50 centers.
Yep. Here's another thickie. It is a Ninja High School yearbook from 1993. I loved Ben Dunn's Ninja High School, still do. but this is when he was still doing it. So very happy with that.
What up, Psychedelic?
And yep,
Hey, Psychedelic, welcome.
That was everything.
Wow, that was quick, Jim.
Done. Yeah,
that was quick, buddy. Thanks for showing all that stuff. I love to see those obscure indie stuff, because back then I remember, like thinking about it. Maybe I shouldn't pick this up. And now that you have it, I'm like, I should have picked it up.
And you could hear the passion in Jim's voice.
You got it. Oh, by the way, Aaron,
you can probably get them for way less.
Earlier, I showed the Fast Willie Jackson.
Oh yeah, I showed that yesterday. Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Just to let you know. Okay, buddy.
Fast Willie Jackson.
So catch the rewind. We talked about it at length, and the history behind it and the whole bit. So
I let one of those go yesterday.
Yeah, you let it go for way too cheap, by the way.
But it's okay. They're friends too. Don't forget.
Well, I know. I don't think Rob is here. So Aaron, if you could.
It's me. Okay. Well, you guys, I've been opening this box I got from Matthew. I'm a little past halfway, so we could take it from here, right?
Yeah, man.
Let's do this. Let's do this. I bet this is 19.
Rob is back. Okay, you're next, Rob.
Oh, you want to do Rob now?
No. We'll get him next. He's drinking. Not liquor, just drinking some liquid. Okay.
It's just root beer.
Ooh. You got this off Matt?
Yeah.
Dude.
Sweet.
Pretty cool.
It's just an early Trickster appearance there.
Yeah, I think it's
Well
1969. Now, I have most of these. It's Doctor Strange Marvel premieres, but
yeah, some of those. That's where Brunner started, and then
Frank Brunner, baby.
Then it merged into his own series because it was so popular. Yeah,
slowly reading that Brunner series. Oh, I'm gonna save this for.
Welcome back, Scotty.
I'm gonna save
you want to play Rummy Cube?
I want Jim around for this stuff.
Okay.
Here's one.
He's usually only gone for a little bit.
Number 1.
Oh boy, that's when Kirby. They got the money for they sell them the figures, and they actually they had the figures before they had the comic. Believe it or not, he says, "Hey, make them in this way."
There you go. Who is the Disciples of Doom?
Almost Kirby specifically so that he could get royalties.
Yes, correct.
Got to look out for the king.
Which was really nice of them.
They had to lure him back from Marvel. So there's Jim.
I've been reading this, but I don't have the Warren Ellis portion of Doom 2099. So
that's a full chromium wraparound cover too.
You're back.
Yep, it's really beautiful.
I held off showing some of the stuff because I wanted you to see it, Jim. But yeah, oh man, I'm in heaven here. This is crispy.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, reformed the Mount Rushmore.
Yep. Pat Broderick at his best, I think.
I've been reading a lot of that. I love it. He has a psychedelic bend to him sometimes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Great toys. Comics were.
This is a golden age. House of Secrets.
Leia wants the super. Oh man.
Beat up, but hey, man.
Hey.
10 cents.
Yeah.
Dinosaur in Times Square.
Yeah, Jim.
I've been there. That would not go well. It's a very cramped area.
A lot of crowded.
I wanted Jim to see this, the Spirit.
Oh yeah, that's from the.
You gotta love the Spirit. Yeah,
that's not an easy one to find. I don't think.
Yeah. It took me years to find. There were only 2 in the run.
It's a keeper.
Harvey had 2.
Yep.
Keeper, people.
Collector's edition.
Yeah, keep that. Keep that.
Keep. So I did good with Matthew here.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Oh,
Uncanny Tales number 1.
Yeah, man.
Were those reprints or originals? Does anyone know?
Reprints?
Probably a reprint. Yeah,
they're reprints from the 50s, I do believe.
But reprint on newsprint. Oh yeah.
But new covers though, and that looks like Klaus Johnson inking on there.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Got another Uncanny Tales. So beautiful, man.
Out of the swamp.
Comes what?
Danger Swamp.
Maybe they shouldn't be out there. It says Danger Swamp. I'm thinking, just as a.
The whole thing when you're watching a horror film, right? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Weird Wonder Tales. Yep, the thing in the bog.
My dad, who is now passed, loved if he saw a no trespassing sign or a danger sign, he wanted to go down that dirt road.
Oh my!
Wow.
The rest of the family was always freaked out by him when he was behind.
Yep, that was the number one, Dave.
Yeah, number one. Cool. So
now, some of those weird Wonder Tales have like a Dr. Druid stories that have been modified so that it is Dr. Druid, but it's actually
because it used to be Dr. Droom or something.
Yeah, Dr. Droom. Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm getting a haircut, and guess what's next to my barber?
Comic store.
Half price books.
Half price books outlet store where I get.
I remember you said that once.
My filthy 50 centers.
Hey, Michael, welcome.
What up, Mike?
Hey, if you see any Shadow or Doc Savage over there,
oh yeah, I know who.
I'll take care of you, brother.
Is that outlet store in Olympia or somewhere else?
You know,
Darren.
That's a long time to wait
in Olympia or somewhere else.
Yeah, Olympia. We'll go there someday, Damien.
Yeah, because we don't have half price books here at all.
I know. All we got is.
You're only 2 hours away. Wow.
Yeah.
Here in California, we only have 5 and below, and they suck, man.
I say Kazar. You say Kazar.
With the lovely Shanna.
Yep, Shanna the She-Devil.
Yeah.
Some of Brent Anderson's better work.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple. This is a dupe. It's called a duplicate. But this is the X-Men I grew up on with the Paul Smith and all that.
Part of the Brood saga. That was one of the best.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, good transformation cover too, where she's like has the middle, kind of hybrid version. Yeah,
love it.
I don't know, honey.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard Chris Claremont say he loved working with Paul Smith.
Yeah, I think I actually heard him say that in a panel long ago.
I think that might have been one of his favorite heroes.
And I love Kazar due to the Byrne Claremont run, right? You know, of X-Men.
Let her know when they want to eat.
Around the Savage Land.
Yeah, when they went to the Savage Land.
Yeah. And it was also really good in Marvel Fanfare #1 too, with the Michael Golden art, the storyline there against Sauron. That was awesome.
Yeah, agreed. I thought it was very good.
Is someone saying hi in the background?
No, Life was saying bye. She's going to go lay down.
And that Magic miniseries there is also very good.
You say
I've never read that, but
I say hello. Look at.
Yeah.
She's firing bolts from her hand.
Velasco there, I believe.
Some of it's John Buscema and some of it's Sal, I believe.
I remember this as a kid.
And Tom Palmer inking, so it's really nice.
Yeah,
how do you survive in space without a shirt? I don't know.
I gotta take this.
He's Kazar, man.
He's Kazar. He's Marvel's Chuck Norris, essentially. You know.
Dragonfly.
Oh yeah.
Who's the publisher there?
AC Comics, good old Bill Black.
It's nice and clean and with a sheen.
Yeah, I used to have almost a complete run from 1 up to 12 or 13 of that series.
Looking concerned there.
Looky Uncle Adolf there, yeah.
White Heat.
This is crazy.
White Heat.
What a crazy. This would not fly these days, I tell you.
Oh, no.
But look at this. It's nice and clean and with a sheen, man. It's minty.
You didn't do the minty dance on that one.
Oh, I know. I didn't do that. It's minty.
We're OCD about these things, Aaron. You got to keep consistency here.
I know. Or they fly away. I'll never do them again.
That's right.
There's another one, issue 4.
See, Leah gets it. You should be asking how space can survive Kazar, not the other way around.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
What I really want to see is Zabu in space, you know.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nice fishbowl helmet. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
The Mantis mandate, kind of scary. In my story, I have Chase Dagwood fighting these alien grasshopper things.
There you go, #1. Yep. Dragonfly
Cyborg.
Yeah.
That was one of their first
She's purdy
characters. Yep.
Let me zap you with my frontal lobe. Oh no, his eye beams. Okay.
Yep.
Thought it was a frontal lobe beam. Very cool. What a cool cover.
Yeah,
thank
man,
you, Matthew. Heroes for Hire. I'm almost done with this. Wow. What a nice guy.
That's true. FemForce is a fun book.
I let go of some FemForce regretables.
I haven't read those in years, but yeah.
Femforce is very hard to find because they were like always low print run.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Dragonfly has no relation to the one that Roger loves to hate.
I knew that was going to come up.
And these guys wait for any kind of tenuous link to try to razz me, you know?
Yeah.
He's a stunt man, though, with a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a horrible comic book, and Marvel does that sometimes. They will.
Ooh,
Yep.
Dell comic, baby.
That was one of my favorite B movies growing up.
Dinosaurus.
Yep, I'm with you. Dinosaurus.
This is
a movie. I didn't even know.
Yep.
Is this not a keeper? 10 center.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Dell was great back then, man.
Yep.
Yep. And they did a lot of those movie and series adaptations when nobody else wanted them.
Yep.
And
one of my favorites.
The key issue.
Oh, look at that. Lois Lane.
Yeah, dude.
Delivering newspapers. All right. I saw Atlantis sink.
Soon no one will know what newspapers are. That will be a very
yeah, they're going the way of the dodo bird, absolutely.
So now I'm waiting for my 0 issue. Now I need a
I love the human fly. It's Roger who does it. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. Do you need a 0 issue? Because I now have an
It's coming in the mail.
Oh, you got it coming already.
I won't keep it there. This is a family friendly show, you guys. But
the 0 issue was actually very good.
Covered, I guess.
It was. Damien, if you can find a copy of number 2, any printing that's cover price, let me know, because I haven't been able to find one, and I need number 2.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out because
number 1,
so many stores around here might find it.
This I did not get this from Matthew. I just pulled it out because I want to read it. But I guess this is hard to get now, right?
Oh yeah.
Seems like everybody wants that printing.
Hard to find.
Super hard to find.
Inhumanoids.
Ooh. Yep.
I remember that animated series.
And it's a great toy series too. The toys were really cool.
Really good, yeah. They had that big. The big monsters were big, and the guys had the little like modular things. I think
makes you want to draw. Makes you want to draw comics. And yeah. A Dame
to Kill For.
Yeah, classic.
Oh, thank you, Leah, for sending me the link on Amazon to the movie Dinosaurus, but I already own the DVD.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
You know, Jim, he likes the physical stuff. Yeah.
Alex Ross, I might have this already.
Yep.
Hey, you see
Dormammu.
You see,
I've come to bargain.
Get it. And the last one of the box. Thank you, Heroes for Hire. This was wonderful. It was both me purchasing and also trading. This was in the bottom of the box. So.
Ooh.
It's a double feature, dude.
I'm shocked Matt would get rid of that because
no, he's into Cap, but I think he needs some. We did now. He got a Dave Stevens from me.
Maybe he had another version.
Space Vixens. He got Space Vixens from me.
Yeah. Oh crap!
Yeah. So, you guys, that's it. Thank you.
All right, Aaron. Thanks,
All
man.
right.
Great stuff from Matt, man. Great stuff.
Yeah, that was the first time I opened that, you guys.
And more great stuff coming from Rob, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Cheap. Western Tales 21.
Ooh, hanging cover.
Oh wow,
dude, that is like, whew, that's intense there.
Very intense, kind of a
dark you won't see that nowadays.
For something with approved by the Comics Code.
A little more family-friendly, Cowboys and Engines.
Oh, that's IW, yeah. Rob, you know what you got to do with that sticker, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Set it on fire. Zot.
Oh man,
there's a lot of Zot in here, so
most of my Zots have filthy 50 center stamps.
I love Zot. That is such a great book. Scott McCloud is epic. That's another series I cannot find out here, man.
Well, if I get doubles, I'm sending them away, dude.
Eclipse Monthly.
I wish I knew that, Jim. Because
that one pops up a lot. I love that.
When I went to a con a couple months ago, they had the whole run.
Oh my goodness! First appearance of Steve Ditko Static in that Eclipse Monthly.
Yep.
I love my FF reprints.
Yep.
I got this one because it was the Rocketeer, but I opened it up. I'm disappointed in it. Rocketeer at War.
Yeah,
I know
that's not the
Rocketeer.
Rocketeer. Only Dave Stevens is the Rocketeer.
It was very cartoonish.
Jim had me watch a video, someone carrying on about don't read Rocketeer if it's not Dave Stevens.
Yep. Exactly.
More Zot. Yep.
The Rageaholic, man. I'm all about
Rageaholic.
I've been disappointed
Mighty
on
Mites
several of those
presents
other
the
Rocketeers.
X-Mites.
Oh yeah, I love that. I have that.
Yeah,
one too.
that's really cute.
That predates Scotty Young. Yeah.
Yep.
Megaton Man number 2.
Oh, I love Megaton.
Oh, that's a
Simpson.
great series.
Yeah, Simpson did great on that one. It's again over the top, kind of like in the Tick,
like the Tick.
sort of
Yeah.
realm.
Yep.
The Legion number 1.
Yep. Where we
Wow.
find out. Well, I won't spoil it, but we find out.
Maybe spoil it.
Marlon Brand is
Cobra.
Cobra. Very
Disney's
underrated
first
series.
superhero, Condor Man.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
I remember
Oh,
the movie.
Condor Man.
Yeah.
New Adventures of Superboy 11.
Greyman loves that series.
Omega the Unknown number 5.
now that's an underrated series. I really dig what Gerber was trying to do with that, man.
Yeah, they didn't give him time.
He didn't get to finish it.
Yeah,
No,
they didn't give him time.
34.
He had a real like world building kind of plan for it, and just
Yeah.
they undercut him.
And I'm so
Marvel
glad
Spectacular.
Killraven finally got pants.
Yeah, he did.
You're not into that sexy lingerie look of his?
Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Yeah.
in his first appearance? No.
That's a great era there of.
Yeah, I got a
Four.
post-it note on here because I wanted
It
to
must have been inspired by Zardoz.
highlight this center spread.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
good.
Yeah.
George Perez?
Is that Buckler, Rob? Which Buckler?
It looks like him. Oh, it's George Perez.
Perez.
Ooh,
Wow.
Damien
That's
got it.
early Perez there. Yeah.
May that man rest in peace.
Yeah,
What a
absolutely.
legend.
And Hetty Career Girls.
Ooh.
Oh.
Whoa. Look at there.
That one needs the lighter fluid too.
That needs the lighter fluid for sure.
Yep.
I still get to do
BBC
lighter.
Masterpieces number
Oh.
3.
Oh, reprinting Golden
Got
Age.
some,
Yep.
got some
Yes.
proof on it, but I think I can get it off.
Yep. I think I have that one. Yep.
Munden's Bar, the annual collector's edition. Very thick, very
Never heard of
heavy
that one.
cardstock, very thick
I-
pages.
I think that may have been the bar that was in the Grimjack series.
Yes.
That makes sense because first
Oh.
is comics, yeah.
Tor number 4.
All right,
Oh.
where's Higgy? Higgy,
Cool.
Never go wrong with Joe Kubert tour.
Zot.
Nice. I got to get my filthy 50 center stamps off my Zots.
And I was confused by this one. It's Classics Illustrated Junior, but it's apparently a reprint.
Oh yeah, look at
15th
the.
anniversary edition.
Huh.
Subscriptions, please go to Amazon. I don't know.
Nice.
Wow, it looks just like the original though, except for the.
Except it's smaller. It's not even. It's shorter than like a modern comic.
Well, the juniors were a little smaller, I think, than the.
They weren't this small.
Not that small, but yeah, they were smaller than the original Gimlet. Yeah. Yeah, for the
Zot.
little hands, you know.
Zot. You got a nice little runner of Zot there, dude.
Yeah, man.
Newer Jonah Hex.
I should have picked up those Zots, man.
Spirit the New Adventures number 6.
You know, those were hit and miss, but still pretty good. I mean, because they got top
I was going
quality.
to say the exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zot.
Great
They have some
writers.
good writers in there, like Alan Moore, I think Neil Gaiman, some others.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moore and Gibbons were in the first issue here.
Yeah. Moore and Gibbons for the first. Yeah. That was. Ooh,
Yeah, the Moore ones are very good.
There's number 4.
Oh,
Oh, Kurt Busiek. Can't go wrong with him. He's a good
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did those. That's nice.
Charlton.
Uh-oh.
Primus number 6.
Nice.
Trapped
Yeah, I've never seen
by the
that.
man called Yang.
Cool.
I have never seen Primus. What the heck kind of book is it? Who
That was a
is-
show. That was a show,
It
apparently.
was a syndicated TV show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd never heard of it until I
looked
ran
it up.
across one of those.
X number 21. I say it like I know what I'm talking about.
That's all right, man. Just walk in like you own the place.
You talk a good game, Rob. So.
Zot!
Yeah, I should have picked those up. Now that I see those, I should.
You can still get them now.
No, it was a convention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have other chances to find Zod.
Yeah, you can find Zod. Zod is out there.
I'm trying to like stay focused because I'm running out of room. So I was like rethinking.
You got to make your choices.
What else do you got to get rid of, right, in order to get Zod?
But I mean, I could have read it and send him to Jim, whatever. I didn't think of that.
Nice, dude, looking tight.
Yeah, that looks like Alex Ross cover.
Yeah. Ralph Snart Adventures.
Yes, I have.
That's always fun.
I used to love Ralph Snart.
Yeah, always fun.
Since it's got a poster.
I don't know if he was even there, Scott. That was a very, very rare series, from what I hear.
Spirit New Adventures number 7.
Spirit.
Yeah. Trick or Treat. Tricks or Treats in Central City, it says. So I guess that's a Halloween cover.
Yeah.
And then, Jim, you might know what the heck this is because I can't tell. It's from Dark Horse. It says Tarzan the Lost Adventure.
Ooh,
yes.
He did a video on that.
I did a video on it. Epic book. That is, they took the lost story that Burroughs only wrote part of, finished it with what's his name, Joe R. Lansdale, made it pulp size, published it in 4 issues so that the strips in the back could be republished. Those are done of John Carter of Mars by the son of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Right there. Yeah, that stuff. That has never been reprinted before or since.
I'm glad I found a copy, man.
Wow.
Cool. Oh, so if you want, that's the only way to get those.
That's
John
a keeper,
Carters.
definitely.
Yeah, that's the only way. Unless you have the actual newspapers those came out in the original 1930s and 40s, But it was a well-done story. The covers are done by Marvel zombie artist Arthur Soidan. The interior art is Michael Kaluta. And I mean, just top-notch talent.
Yeah.
Epic. Grab those 4 issues.
I think we have the right guy to ask, Rob. You asked the right guy because I don't think anybody else knows that stuff. But
our pulp resident professor.
It was synchronicity, though, when Jim dropped that video, and then I pulled it out that same day or the next day.
And the first time I've ever had one of these TV screen cartoons, number 137.
Ooh.
Yep. Very hard to find series. Yep.
EC Funny M.
Very cool.
Oh, the only bad thing I have to say about that Tarzan thing is you can tell where Edgar Rice Burroughs stopped the story and where Joe R. Lansdale picked it back up because they have 2 different, very distinct styles.
Right.
That's it.
How much of it was done by Edgar Rice Burroughs?
70%.
Okay.
Dog.
The Lansdale I've read is kind of Gonzo style.
Yeah, that was the one from Peter Porchop. Yeah.
Keeping that one, Rob, the Uncle Scrooge.
OG Wiz? Nah, I got that one.
Okay.
OG Wiz. Never saw that one before.
But I never leave a duck behind. So
I know.
That's a cool.
Other birds, they can come and go, but ducks, they stay.
OMAC number 7.
Nice.
Really good series.
Up there.
Damien did a on your Kirby book there.
Yeah, really good series. I wish it had gone a little longer.
12-cent Archie number 184.
Nice.
That's not going to last, Rob.
It doesn't have a rip, and people are getting pretty particular on the sales, so I don't know.
You always tell them what it is, so I mean, there's no problem.
And then they don't buy it.
Ooh, call.
They buy it from you, man. They buy it.
Robert E. Howard, mine.
That's a great monster.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Justice League of America 176.
Nice.
Yeah, there are some, I think so.
This is a Treasure Chest Christmas cover.
Oh,
What?
look at there.
Since when does a gorilla mean Christmas? He doesn't even have a beard or a Santa suit on. Oh, come on, man.
Conducting the orchestra.
We'll make anything work.
Yeah, man.
And it looks like this one's got a loose centerfold.
Looks like Curator's trying to sell everything.
Yeah, he's purging. He's purging a lot of.
Well, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk to Jeffrey.
9.
Yeah.
9.
Squawk.
I don't know why he's
All right, I'll stop there.
All right, buddy. Thanks for showing all that stuff.
That's great stuff.
Damien, you want to take us home, buddy?
Sure.
All right.
This is going to be a bunch of random Marvel from another box I'm sorting through.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I need to get all. I have a large Captain America collection, and I need to get it all in one place.
Uh-huh.
And I'm particularly a fan of when the Falcon's with him. So I think that's a John Romita cover.
Yeah, I think so.
133. I guess that's a Gene Colan cover. It's a little hard to tell, or maybe it's Marie Severin.
I don't think that's Colan. That MODOK does not look Colan.
Yeah, you're right. It's
got to be Severin. It does look Severin.
Probably Severin and Trimp sometimes together.
Could be. Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
And this I think is pure Sal Buscema.
Yeah. That's a good issue, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the early Captain Americas I read as a kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was really worried they would really die from his venom.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
Me too. Please, no.
I don't know if I've ever read this issue though.
Yeah. Gil Kane cover, I think.
Gil Kane cover. I wonder if it's
Deadly Druid.
Robbins on the inside, which is
yeah, I think that is Robbins there.
Yeah, it's Robbins on the as a kid, I kind of get why some people like his art now, but I hated it so much.
Yeah.
Really?
So I think after a while I stopped buying Captain America.
Yeah. His Captain America looked a little too saggy for me, but Jeffrey loves
it. Almost like his muscles were wrinkly.
Frank Robbins.
He takes some getting used to. I thought he was awkward on the Invaders. And
he did the Invaders.
He totally didn't fit the Bronze Age Shadow run that DC did either, but he did several issues of that. It's like, ugh.
The other thing is he was a very good writer. He wrote a lot of classic Batman stories that Neil Adams drew.
Yep.
Here's a nice Sal Buscema cover on 191. And of course, you can't go wrong if Stiltman's in the issue. I love Stiltman.
That's it. They're in trouble now.
And I don't know if I'll ever own the original of this. So I have what do you call it?
Facsimile.
I recently got that from Josh. I got that exact one.
The paper is shiny. I like the DC facsimiles better. With
with the
newsprint.
Yeah.
And I love this series, Inhumans. I think there was Neil Adams' work on some of them.
A little later on. Yep.
And the Black Widow wasn't a bad series either.
No.
Oh, and I've got 2 number 3s.
Oh wow.
So if anyone needs one of these,
you forgot you had one.
Yeah.
Didn't this, or am I thinking of another series where it started off with Kazar and Doctor Doom?
That was another one.
Astonishing Tales.
Yeah, Astonishing Tales.
Amazing, astonishing. It's hard.
They were like brothers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both had split books. And,
Leia, DC facsimiles are better, but only from the last couple of years, though.
You're right. They got smarter recently.
Yeah.
I kind of am thinking that this. I'm not sure who drew. It's 2 different artists on these because this side looks Buscema-ish.
That's definitely Buscema. Yeah.
Does not.
That looks like Trimpy trying to do Kirby on
right. It's someone trying to do Kirby. Probably
Trimpy is always
it could be. Yeah.
Like Trimpy always seems like he's doing Kirby to me.
Yeah.
I like
those big lines, dark shadows.
Yeah.
And then I know I have this whole short run of the Inhuman solo title. But obviously I don't have them all together because this is the only one in this box.
That was a good run.
Yeah, this is a Rich Buckler cover, but I suspect it's early Perez on the inside. Let me look.
He did do some, yeah.
Yep. Doug Monch on the writing, and George Perez artist, Mike Esposito. So that should be good. So I have never read this, or maybe I read a few issues.
It's pretty good. I mean, it gives you a good idea of what they go through in Attilan there, because there's a lot of civil strife and all that in there.
Yeah, I love even early Perez. His layouts were so interesting.
Cool.
So I want to read the whole thing together, but I need to find. I know I have all the issues.
Yeah.
Go to that storage unit and just tear it apart till
you'll get there, Damien.
I'm very lazy.
It's a labyrinth anyway, and it's a trap.
You're not lazy reader. You're sleepy reader. Just wake up in the morning and go down there.
That's true. I gotta wake up more.
You're not
have a whole bunch of coffee.
You're not lazy sorter.
Yeah, that's right.
I have so many Thors scattered about also. This is an interesting cover from the Kirby era.
Oh yeah.
I almost feel bad showing Thors when Ray's not here.
I'm sure he'll catch the replay. Don't worry.
I'll say it for him though. Thor.
Very bold color
Thor
choices
fan?
for this era.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Huge Thor fan.
Okay, I don't think this is my original copy, but this was the very first Thor I ever read.
Cool.
Nice.
And I loved it so much. It's incredibly good Kirby artwork inked by Bill Everett.
Yeah.
Who was one of the very best inkers on Kirby, in my opinion.
That's a good combination. Yeah, that's a great.
Bill Everett was just a legend, though. I mean, he created Mariner.
It's sad that he was so screwed over, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the Wrecker, I think, is a really good villain.
And Wrecker always bragged, about beating Thor. Well, just remember that over and over again. I'm the one who beat Thor.
He got godly powers from the Norn Queen, and he could really take on Thor.
Yeah.
This is one of those, just incredible Kirby action comics.
Look at that. Yeah.
That knockout drag out fight between Thor.
My favorite Thor was the spacefaring Thor, the 12 and 15 centers. Kirby was at his prime. He was teamed with the Recorder, flying through space, met Ego.
Damien, I remember your video.
Galactus, and him and Galactus fighting.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Damien has those in Treasury hardcover, huge.
Right, I've got the super double king.
He's got them bound somewhere, I'm sure.
Wow, man! And how impressive is that?
But you have to lay it out on the floor to read it.
Yeah. I remember that video. It was awesome.
It's a small price to pay, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I love those.
I'm with you, Jim. I love that era.
Dude.
The 4D man.
Yes.
Jim has it right. That is the very best run.
Buscema also was in there for great stuff.
Yeah.
The Recorder was hilarious because he was the best straight man.
Yeah, he was.
I love the Recorder.
Everything was out of context for the Recorder. It was amazing.
Yeah. Everything had to be explained to him.
Yep.
This is pre-peak Thor.
Wow.
He kept fighting Mr. Hyde and the Cobra, and
he couldn't take.
It was a little dull, and they weren't really Thor level villains in my opinion.
No,
they're good for Spidey.
Wrong then.
Yeah, that's early stuff, but later on,
even Mr. Hyde, even Spidey could take Mr. Hyde.
Oh, I love those issues.
That's more a Captain America villain, man.
I know, but Roger Stern issues with Spidey beating on
Daredevil took them on and beat them. So that tells you.
Wow.
But for Spidey, they're decent, but for Thor, they're just the wrong.
What a great cover! Look at that.
Wow. Yeah,
that is.
Ulik is a very good villain.
Yeah,
Ulik. Yeah,
the troll.
And who was that other one? The Magog. Oh my God, that was
Mangog.
Mangog. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
In mythology, there was Magog or Magog, but
they use that in DC.
Stan Lee decided it should be Mangog.
Mangog.
Yeah, they took liberties. They're sort of.
I bought this one from Bullseye Bob.
Ah,
cool.
Because at one point, when Bob was trying to get a down payment to buy Comics with Bueller's House, for those who were around then.
Yes, I remember.
He was selling off a lot of his collection.
Oh.
Wow.
So this is Journey into Mystery number 123.
Nice.
A lot of history in that house.
Yes.
Did he end up getting the house?
He did. He lives there now, and he fixed it up. then it's a lot nicer the house than it was when Bueller was there.
Good way to put it.
But whenever
Travis doesn't see this, or
whenever Bueller and Bob are together, Bueller likes to say, "Now remember, Bob, I was naked in every part of that house."
That's why we totally remodeled it, Bueller.
mind blown.
Try to erase every memory of
Yep,
Bueller's
we
nudity.
burnt it down and rebuilt.
This is a pretty amazing cover too, from
Oh,
Thor number 128.
Very early Thor appearance, as I recall.
Right,
there.
Thor and
Wow.
Hercules fighting Pluto. That's fun stuff.
Yep.
Wow.
Coletta inks looks like on that.
Yeah, that was the downside of that best era of Thor was inked by Coletta, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, Journey into this, definitely another Bob book. Journey into Mystery 113.
Jeez.
If I
Ooh.
remember correctly, didn't
There's the what's he called? The Gray Gargoyle.
Grey Gargoyle.
didn't Kirby like want Coletta fired for ruining his work, and they took him off the Kirby books total?
That
And
was when Kirby moved to DC.
DC.
Oh, okay.
And well, according to Mark Evanier, who was one of his assistants, they kept saying, "You got to fire Vince Coletta," and Kirby was, "I can't fire him. I don't want him to lose his job."
Yeah.
But this is what I heard. So there's different versions, but then they found out that Coletta was bringing copies over to Marvel so they could see what Kirby was doing at DC, and that was the final straw.
Oh.
And Kirby fired Coletta.
Yeah.
And that's when he decided he wanted an inker who lived on the West Coast, who could work under him. And that's when he hired Mike Royer, which was the best possible thing. Mike Royer was a fantastic.
Yeah.
But that was a low blow too for Coletta.
Mike really
Very low blow.
That was a low blow, man. No way around that.
I heard pretty much that same story with a little variation. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of interviews with Mark Evanier. But his memories might shift over time.
Yeah.
Back to Mr. Hyde. It's a nice cover, but Mr. Hyde and Cobra are so disappointing to me.
Yeah.
And he'd always pick on Cobra,
Cobra didn't get good until he became part of they developed the Serpent Society, and mixed it with the Serpent Crown and all that. That's when that became a threat.
Yeah.
That was cool. Did they fight the Avengers, I think?
Oh yeah.
They fought everybody.
They fought Captain America many times, by the way. He always would pulverize them, but yeah.
Another Wrecker issue. I think this is also a Bullseye Bob collection one.
Nice.
Bob had some very good
nice,
overage books.
He had some bangers, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got another copy of this Ulick one.
Wow.
When I sort through all my Thors, I'm gonna see if there's any that Ray doesn't have that I have doubles of.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, I think he started like in the 160s, so anything before that he might.
This one's 152.
Yeah.
Nice.
And here's my Godzilla #1.
Yay!
I got one of those too.
With the jumbling of all my, I may have more than one Godzilla #1, but I'm not positive.
I think I got one from Jim.
That's Trimp right there.
Yep, that's pure Trimpy.
Yeah. I can tell by that guy's mustache. I don't know why I can tell.
Yeah, it looks like Trimpy's Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that might be Ross. No, that's a guy.
But eventually, Dum Dum Dugan is all over this book, who has a similar mustache.
Yeah, he got the duty to Godzilla duty. Yeah.
Now, I have to admit, I do not like Trimpy's version of Godzilla because it looks nothing like Godzilla. But if you look at the first page, that splash page, it is just a beautiful rendition of any giant monster coming out of the water, making its first appearance. That is classic. That is awesome.
Agreed.
The man has talent. That's not Godzilla, but the man has.
Doesn't look like Godzilla.
Not a damn bit does it look like Godzilla.
Godzilla's a little cuddly almost.
The teeth are all wrong too.
It's like
things.
You know what it is? It's like he tried to base it on the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon.
Yeah. Let me get Rob out of there. So he's not
here's
behind
an
the
issue drawn by Tom Sutton.
Yeah. Now, Bat-Dragon was really cool in that, but again, he did Godzilla worse than Trimpy.
Oh, really? Okay.
But look at that, man.
I like them both. I don't think much about whether Godzilla looks right or not.
Well, Jim's a G-man.
Jim's
Godzilla.
Jim's a kaiju guy, you know. So.
53 years of Godzilla in my life. So,
and Sutton did some great monsters at Charlton. I mean,
straight from the source.
There was that American Godzilla movie. When was it? In the 90s. That Godzilla didn't look at all like Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they tried to make him more kid friendly. The Shodai Goji, which is the original Godzilla, 1954 Godzilla, didn't have a cat face. It was more based on an Oni face with the beady eyes and all that stuff. It wasn't till the 90s when the new special effects director started using cast molding and all that they were able to give him feline features, double rows of teeth like a shark, and all that. Oh, I'm not talking Godzilla 1999. The Heisei era is from 1989 to 1995.
Rob's taking off, I guess.
Well, actually, we're gonna shut it down here because I hear Nelly.
Sorry, don't get me started on Godzilla. I'll go for it.
No, it's okay.
One last one.
Steranko.
Nice. Beautiful cover there. Beautiful cover.
Although I think Neil Adams was the ultimate on the early X-Men.
Yeah.
But that was a beautiful cover. I love the tonage of it. You know, that green and yellows. Just love that stuff. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on for another great show. I really enjoyed everything I saw here.
Thanks for having us.
Usual. We miss Ray. Ray, if you've seen the replay, we're praying for you, buddy. Hope to see you back next week.
Yeah, God bless you, Ray. We love you, brother.
We love you, buddy. Yep. I'm going to be doing a stream on Sunday with Night Tiger on his channel, so remember to check that out. Gentlemen, you guys have any? I know Jim just dropped a video on that I have on my watch list. Aaron, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific, Music Memories of the 20th Century. Tune into that. I'm actually going to have Damien, not this Friday, but the following Friday.
Oh, cool. Who are you having this Friday?
And this Friday will be Kevin. Last week I had Brian Funk. And he's a very successul podcaster and a big influence on me for the last 8 years. But
come on.
Cool.
Good times. Yeah, you should totally dial in. Random reads I'm going to have coming up.
And again, everybody's link is below. I know most of you guys in the chat are regulars, but just in case. And Rob, you're doing your claim sales Monday through Thursday, and then the weekends you're doing your auctions, right?
But I would like to plug the following, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after is Beyond the Con. June 20th, 21st, 22nd, a bunch of channels, including myself, are giving stuff away that weekend. So I'll be giving away something every 15 minutes on my shows Saturday and Sunday.
Give it away now.
15 minutes. Well, that's something you want to be a part of.
Beyond the Con.
And again, remember, Rob's link is below as well.
Yes.
And Damien, what do you have up, sir?
I'm working on doing a sleepy vlog, which is a bunch of random stuff that I've been thinking about lately, and then I'll do my regular comic book countdown on new comics. Right. And I'm slowly working my way up to doing a Flash Gordon video.
Oh,
excellent!
You don't want to miss that, people.
I'll be there for that. All right, thank you, gentlemen. I will wrap things up then. Thank you, chat. You guys have always been, as always, you guys are on point. Always very, very active. Always very, giving us the good info and the good questions. I really do appreciate it.
Love the chat.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great regular Tuesday community.
Check us out next week. And if you are a fan of any of these shows, absolutely pick them up, watch them, because these guys are really good creators. All right, everybody, be kind to each other, be blessed, be back,